Hello, what's going on, Black family? How is everybody doing? This is going to be a pre-recorded show. We're not going live for technical reasons because we are caught in a snowstorm.
Yes.
And it's messed up our internet, so we're going to go ahead and pre-record this. But, still the same old subject matter, same old stuff. But as I stated before, hello, brothers and sisters out there. I missed y'all. I know it's been a minute.
We back.
We's back, y'all. we back.
Did you miss us?
I know I miss y'all, especially this woman to my right, man. I did.
Oh.
I miss her.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Miss you too.
thank you, baby. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the Black community. I am Reggio.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Thank you.
And I want to say to everybody out there, man, happy Valentine's Day.
First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, first and foremost.
Right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And happy birthday to my baby.
Right.
That's right,
we
man.
Missed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We already missed that.
Yeah. It was a good one. Then
and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
had a very good one.
I'm
Praise God, made it around the earth, around the sun, another year.
There you go. That's the way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it.
So
That's a good way to look at it. Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. That is really, really good. We have a kind of a serious show today.
We do.
We really do. And it revolves around yours truly.
Right.
We haven't been on the show because your boy Reggio has been going through a couple of personal issues. Mm-hmm. But they have since been resolved, and we're gonna do some more shows. This is episode 25 too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 25 episodes, man. 25, y'all.
Excuse me.
But we are back.
Yes.
And we're gonna be back stronger than ever.
Yes.
And check out the new music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice
I think the lady over here was digging it.
Very. I like all your beats and
Thank you.
jams.
I appreciate that. It keeps my mind sharp. That's why I do them. So
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad people like them too.
I know you said not gonna put you in front, but somebody in the music industry reached out and was interested.
Yeah, he was really impressed.
We don't want to drop no names.
I'm not gonna drop no names, man. I'm not gonna drop no names. I'm not gonna drop any names. But let's just say that somebody that's really big in the hip hop industry liked one of my grooves.
Absolutely.
And that was really, really cool, I thought.
Right.
So and that's all right. I'm hoping.
In the words to the young people, that was dope.
Yes indeed. That's
indeed. Dope.
Yeah.
What would you do if you riding along in your car and they're like, hey, that's my beat,
Man, you know what? I'm not going to even lie.
They don't change it up or nothing. Use it exactly how you made it.
You know what? I'm just going to be honest with you. And you already know the first person I would call, it will be you.
You think so?
I know so. You'll be the first person I call. I would tell you, hey, man, turn on the radio, whatever, man, because somebody is playing something that I produced. So... yeah, that would be cool. I would love that.
Put that in the atmosphere so it can become a reality.
Speak into existence.
Absolutely.
Speak into existence. But anyway, babe, how have you been?
Well, we'll discuss that a little later, but so far so good. Everything's been good. We're on the 14th day of February.
Yeah.
So that's 31 and 14. That's 45 days in?
Give or take, yeah.
45 days into the year of 2021.
Yes, indeed.
2021. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a burden's been lifted, even though things are still happening in the world, but it don't seem as bad as 2020.
Oh, man, 2020 was
every day it was something. 2020
was a beast, man.
Yeah.
It was just horrendous. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think that, and I'll go ahead and put it out there. In my almost 50 years of living, I can honestly tell you that I have never seen a year the way we saw 2020.
Absolutely. And I'm going to put out there in almost my 50 years of living. 2020 was a monster for me.
Oh, man.
I mean, I done lost both my parents. I done lost friends and family members. But that one...
Let me say this.
That beat me down.
Yeah, let me say this. And I can honestly tell you right now, and I'm going to get deeper into this later on in the broadcast. This lady to my right is a trooper. She really is. But like she said, man, 2020 was a monster for her. and it wasn't very good for me either, to be honest with you, especially at the end. But we'll talk about that later on down the line. Mm-hmm. So, but that's the main. That's gonna be the main focus of everything. So today's.
But I think we kissed 2020 goodbye.
Yes, indeed.
We don't want to raise our head up again.
No. Keep stay where you at.
Bye.
Stay where you at.
But so far 2021, knock on wood, it's been okay. I'm doing good.
That's good. That is
I
good.
asked you, but you're gonna explain how you are later. But I would like to know how you're doing today, because I know Valentine's Day is a hard day for you, because that's when you lost your grandfather.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, for those of you who don't know, some of y'all know, most of my audience knows, I was pretty much raised in the country by my grandparents, and my grandfather was my father figure, and he passed away February 14th, 1989.
Wow.
And for the longest time, I didn't really do too much on Valentine's Day. But since I met this lady to my right over here, I kind of put that to the side, because I know that Valentine's Day is a special day for her.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And he made it special too. Let me give you some kudos right here.
Thank you.
He cooked us a nice steak dinner.
I hooked it up, didn't I?
With potatoes, or ground potatoes.
Man. Yeah, it was good.
Top Chef salad.
Come on, man.
The New York strip steak.
Yeah, buddy.
Got me a beautiful Valentine's gift with a box of chocolates.
Come on now. I hooked it up.
But I appreciate that very much.
Thank you. But like I said, it's kind of a bittersweet day for me. But I found a reason to celebrate it again. Mm-hmm. Like I said, once I met this lady to my right,
sweet.
I definitely found a reason to celebrate it again. Because at first I just, even when I was with other people, I told them flat out that they thought I was being a cheapskate, and I wasn't. That's just me not celebrating Valentine's Day, because that's what that day holds. That's what that day means to me.
Right.
I just didn't deal with it.
It was a remembrance from you in a different way.
There you go. It was a reflection of things from the past, and that just wasn't what I wanted to, get up with and deal with on a regular basis.
Right.
But anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed your Valentine's Day.
I did.
Yeah.
Present company included, I did.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
But other than that,
lots been going on these last 45 days.
Oh my God. My God, it has been a lot.
Good, bad, and different.
Man, you know what?
But again, nothing like 2020.
Oh my God, so what we got, man? Let's get started. We already, let's get started. Let's get this done.
Well, this show is going to be all over the place today. It's going to be some good laughs. It's going to be some, my goodness, and I would like to just go ahead and knock out the RIPs right now.
Yep.
So far this year, personal to me, and you can add on anyone that you've lost or of this year.
Right.
The top ones for me has been Hank Aaron,
right,
the baseball king.
Oh man, yeah, Hammer and Hank. That was his name, Hammer and Hank.
Mm-hmm.
Broke Babe Ruth's record.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really a baseball fan, but I'm a fan of people that use their platform to uplift their people. And that's something that Hank Aaron did. Hank Aaron was very active in the civil rights movement. A lot of people didn't know that about it.
And I just found that out when they pronounced his passing. A lot of people was giving commentary about him.
Right.
And so many people were saying how he was more behind the scenes.
Yeah, he was.
But he was right there marching with the best.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, he was right there. He was right there, right in the mix of it. So much respect to Hank Aaron,
Absolutely.
man. Much respect. He's definitely going to be missed.
Absolutely.
He is definitely going to be missed because, like I said, when he was in the process of breaking Babe Ruth's record, he got so many death threats. A lot of people didn't know that.
Wow. I think I did hear that they wrote him, and he kept the letters.
He kept the letters.
I think like over 200. Well,
it was a bunch of them.
He kept them, which is crazy.
Yeah. But
that probably just gave him motivation to keep striving.
Oh yeah, exactly. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger,
Absolutely.
man. That's just the way. That's the way he saw it, and he still did it. So threats or not, man. I guess he said, "Put up or shut up."
That's right.
So
I can show you better than I can tell you.
come on now.
Okay, the next one, which is kind of personal for me, because I was just on Amazon and what's the bookstore we go to? Barnes and Nobles.
Oh yeah.
Walmart, Target, looking for her autobiography that came out on January 26th.
Oh, that's right.
2 days later, she passed away, and that's Miss Cicely Tyson.
Man, that was a beautiful woman inside and out.
I loved her ever since she played Kunta Kinte's mother.
Oh man,
and ever since then, I loved her in everything.
I can honestly tell you, my two favorite Cicely Tyson performances was when she did A Woman Called Moses, when she played Harriet Tubman. That's my number one favorite. And when
they show her progression, like at her age, and she's still, my God.
Oh yeah, exactly, man, exactly.
And you could have thought that was a different character, but that's the same person playing different stages in life. Oh,
exactly.
That's what you call a true actress.
And she was definitely a legend. And my second one was when she played Miss Jane Pittman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's my second favorite.
That's when she showed the progression.
Right, exactly. So
that hit me hard, because I was just searching for her book, and then I woke. I'm like, no, they must be talking. I said, I'm looking for her book, and she passed away.
Yeah, and she was active in the civil rights movement.
Definitely.
People don't know that. A lot of folks didn't know that. She was very active in the civil rights movement.
It was so funny. You and I had talked about this, that she was married to Miles Davis.
Yep.
And it's in her book, and they were talking about that during her passing too. So
yeah,
because she was, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. She was going around to different outlets doing promotion for her book.
Yep.
And they was talking about her marriage to Miles Davis.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah. And with her and Miles wrote many. He loved Cicely. Even after they got divorced, he still loved her. And he wrote many a song that was inspired by Cicely Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So but like I said, she's a legend that nobody can hold a candle to.
Nobody.
Plain and simple.
Top tier.
Man.
Top tier.
She was.
I can't even. I mean, we got some good actresses out there now, but I don't know who's holding a candle to her right now.
No, if anybody. I can't think of anybody.
Maybe your girl Angela Bassett. Maybe. But she
still
got some way to go.
She comes close.
Got some years to go.
Angela Bassett comes close. Bassett comes close because Angela Bassett can play just like Cicely Tyson. You give her a script, she can do it.
Definitely. I'm sorry, my throat. Excuse me. I guess I haven't been on the mic long. My voice trying to leave. Excuse me.
It's all right. We'll get it back.
Like I said, maybe Angela, but
I can't think of anybody else, man. I can't think of anybody else.
No.
I mean, Angela's about the only one that comes close.
Definitely. But rest in peace and heaven to
yes, indeed.
The beautiful Queen Cicely Tyson.
Yeah.
Now, this next one might catch some people off guard, but Brother Larry Flynn, who is the creator of Hustlers magazine.
Yeah.
And some other stuff we're not going to mention. But the reason why I brought up Larry Flynn is that when I was in college, I had to do, because I've gone to two different Christian schools, but the first school I went to, we had to do a report on sexual discretions. And I did a paper on Larry Flynn. So that's how I knew about him. And just reading his story, his humble beginnings, and how he got into that field of making money, of being like into, pornography, whatever. I found his story very interesting. So when I heard that he had passed away, I was like, man, I did a paper on him in college, so, feel a little kinship toward him. So that's why I'm mentioning him to him now.
Okay.
And the next one is, of course, the king of the mic, Larry King.
Man, you know what? A lot of people didn't like Larry King. I like Larry King. I respected Larry King.
I did too.
Because Larry King would ask difficult questions.
He did. And I like how he'll sit there, he lean in, and he probably thinking about something else, but his intent is on that person.
Right, exactly.
So, I like him.
I remember one time he interviewed, I want to say it was one of these white supremacists. It was either Jeff Sessions, Steve Bannon, or what's that guy, Richard Spencer, the leader of the alt-right, or Jared Taylor. It was one of those four. And he asked them what makes white people so superior to everybody else. And they gave some kind of BS answer. And Larry King told him flat out, he called it, he said it on the air, he said it was bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, he had his moments.
I mean, he had his moments.
Where you might raise your eyebrow, like,
exactly.
is he racist?
Yeah.
But then he'll come back, you be like, way to go, Larry. Yeah. So it's, I mean, I think everybody had that spirit in them. They know what's right from wrong.
Exactly.
So.
And Larry King knew that, you know, saying that I'm superior to you just because of the color of my skin. Right. He knew that was stupid.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, you know, that's what I liked about Larry, man. Right. You know, but you know, I respected Larry. Let's put it like that. I respected him. But rest in peace, Larry King, man. You know, the king. Nobody could do it better.
King of the mic.
Nobody could do it better.
And this last one is near and dear to me because I was raised on this show. And that's Dustin Diamond.
Screech.
Yeah, from Saved by the Bell.
Screech.
I love that show.
I think
the suspenders. I think they tried to base his character off of Urkel
a
little bit.
They did.
But I used to watch Saved by the Bell all the time.
I think everybody did, man. I mean, you know, I remember many a day in college watching those reruns of Saved by the Bell, man. They got me through a lot in college, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, that right there, man, yeah, rest in peace, Screech, man. You know, yeah.
Now, this one we spoke about before, and this is about the Ain't Your Mama.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they changed the name. I mean, because they felt that the name Aunt Jemima, the whole character. Well, see, here's the thing about Aunt Jemima. At first, Aunt Jemima was portrayed as the old female field hand with the rag on her head. Then in the mid to late 80s, early 90s, they took the rag off and gave her a perm. That wasn't enough for people, I guess. And then they just went on ahead and just took her down altogether and just gave it the company name that owned the rights to Aunt Jemima.
Right.
Which is the Pearl Milling Company.
Correct.
And that's pretty much what they did, what it is now. It's not Aunt Jemima anymore, it's the Pearl Milling Company. It's the same stuff, it's just they just changed the name to the Pearl Milling Company.
Correct.
So,
I mean, do you think that's even, I know they trying to
be politically correct?
Correct, good word, yes. Politically correct and not try to, no one wants to get sued for being quote unquote racist. Right. But my thing is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Everybody know. Now, if I go into the grocery store now, I'm thinking they don't sell Aunt Jemima no more because I'm looking for the lady with the do-rag and the fat hipped bottle.
There you go. Exactly. I mean, you know
so.
but people, here's the thing. If you thought that was why do you think it's racist now? Why do you think it's racist now?
I don't know.
It was racist when you first came up with it.
I mean, if you think about it, it was racist when it was first put on the market.
Exactly my point.
But then nobody think like that, though. Now, everything, you can't do nothing either about somebody thinking you're being racist.
It's just like...
throwing shade or being a Karen.
It's just like what they call it, that toothpaste, that Darky toothpaste. Darky. I don't know if you ever seen that. You might want to pull that up. Look it up. The Darky toothpaste.
Oh, I think we talked about this before. Yeah.
I mean, it's a picture of a brother.
Right.
With a top hat, big lips, and smiling.
Right. I think we talked about that before.
That was racist as hell.
Yeah.
They call it Darlie toothpaste now.
Darlie.
Yeah. But it was originally called Darky toothpaste.
Oh, there you go. You're right. Yeah. Sold in Asia.
It was real big in Asia. It was real big in Asia. You can find some old pictures of that. Then you can see what I'm talking about.
Like it's trying to populate, but it's okay. There we go.
That was it. See,
okay.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's called Darlie toothpaste now.
Wow, but it was called Darky. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Darky.
Yep.
It so was called Darky.
They changed the name.
Changed the letter.
They changed one letter in there, and now all of a sudden it's cool.
Change a K to an N.
Yeah, and that was racist. That's racist as hell.
Wow. Definitely. Cause they kept the picture.
They kept the picture, yeah.
And changed the name.
They changed that. They changed the name from Darky to Darlie in the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere along in there. That's when they changed the name to it. But that was racist then.
Why didn't they do that for Aunt Jemima? Why they just keep the character, keep the face, the face that people are accustomed to,
right? And
just change the name.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
That's crazy.
That is a really good question, but I have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea.
That's unbelievable.
Well,
forging ahead, we have so many topics to cover. Be patient with us, ladies. We want to get them all because
like
I said, there's so much to talk about.
We got some good stuff.
Now this one, I don't know if you have a screen for this one, but the Gorilla Glue lady. Now, let me say this. Well, a little bit later, our pictures are going to pop up on the screen. And if you've been kicking it with us for these last 25 episodes. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you.
Yes, indeed.
You will see that I've worn different hairstyles quite a bit.
Yes.
And I can assure you, I have never, ever, and I do suffer with my eyes. I wear glasses. Put no Gorilla Glue in my hair. Now, I have done the Gorilla Snot that everybody's talking about. That is a true gel.
Now, here's the thing.
But I don't think she went in no beauty supply house and found some Gorilla Glue.
Let me say this, and I'm going to put this out there.
Mm-hmm.
This lady that did this.
Let me give you a little number. Her name is Tessica Brown, a 40-year-old Louisiana woman.
That's what I was getting.
So I'm like, I thought it was a kid at first.
That's what I was getting ready to put out there. This is a 40-year-old. This isn't a teenager.
Mm-mm.
This isn't someone that's in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
This is a full-grown.
Yeah, even a college student. That's on the budget.
Thank you. This is a full-grown woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She has children.
Yes, she does.
Now.
Get it out. Take your time. Take your time, because it caught me off guard too. And when they showed her patting her head, she's like, I don't wash my head. Mom been wearing this hairstyle for a month. I don't wash my hands several times. It just won't come out. And I'm like, is this for real?
When I first saw it,
Mm-hmm.
at first I thought it was a joke.
Me too.
Because I said nobody.
It was on TikTok.
Exactly. Because I thought it was a joke. I said nobody is that damn stupid. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
I said nobody. Please tell me nobody is that damn stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I stand corrected. Somebody is that damn stupid.
And who are we speaking about? Because I think this person right here just did it for clout. Is that how they say the word clout?
Yeah.
Clout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you should know better than to put an industrial strength adhesive in your hair. It says right there on the can and on the bottom. I have Gorilla Glue. Used it several occasions. Used it on several occasions. It says right there, do not get in contact with skin.
But like she said, to her defense, she did say, I didn't see nothing that says don't put on your hair. Skin is not hair.
This is what common sense kicks in.
Well, these days you have to put pretty much you know how sometimes you be looking at TV and they show you the new drugs that's coming out, and they say may prevent blah 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 blah, blindness, blah 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 blah, diarrhea, blah blah blah.
Right.
I guess you're going to start putting everything on labels now, so people know not to put in their hair, their skin. Don't put in your, like this one guy. I thought you was talking about the one who put the cup into his mouth or something.
That was dumb.
See stuff like that. You have to start putting everything on the label so people not to know what to do and where to put it.
Yeah, that was even dumber than putting it in your hair.
Yeah, and I thought that's what you was about to talk about a minute ago. So I'm like, speak on it, because some people. That's what I'm saying. I think he did that for clout after she got so much attention.
I think he did too. I think his dumb ass did that for clout too. I agree with you on that, because that was just. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, black people. That was just straight up dumbassery. Let's just call that what it is. That was straight up dumbassery. I mean, because you don't put Gorilla Glue. You might as well put super glue on your penis for lubricant.
Oh no.
I'm just saying.
No. It's just like, back in the day, people say, go outside and put your tongue on the light pole and see if it stick. Stuff like that.
If you are that damn stupid.
Do you see the people coming out there with hot water try to, it's just ridiculous.
If you are that damn stupid, ridiculous. Like I said, I'm done.
But let me go ahead and do a disclaimer. Finally, there was a doctor, I think his name is Michael Brown, in Rodeo Drive, who offered to do this procedure for her. I think it was like a $12,000 procedure. She did have a GoFundMe account that raised $12,000, which is kind of convenient. That's how much his procedure cost.
Yeah.
But she is free and clear. She has her edges intact and everything. So she is out from under the Gorilla Glue.
But she's still a dumbass. I mean, I don't care how much money you get. This is just my view here, black family. This is just my view here. Now, when we start this podcast right here, these are our thoughts, plain and simple. Now, my thought is this, and I'm quite sure this lady to my right will mirror my thought. I don't care how much money you got. Being a dumbass is being a dumbass. And that was being a dumbass. Now, you got some people out there that's going to big up her and say, well, at least she got paid. At what
she get
cost?
paid? No, exactly. Because a lot of people I'm pretty sure people are laughing at her.
People are laughing at her to this very day.
And if she do get any interviews, they're going to be mocking her. Well, what were you doing? Did you not read it? Exactly. They're going to have a bunch of questions.
That's the first thing they're going to say is, what the hell was you thinking?
But she did say she was in a hurry. She used it and thought by the time she got back home for the end of the day, she can wash it out. But it never happened. So.
Of course not.
Yeah. But moving on. I just thought that was
please.
A weird little take on today's society.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So, and here's another thing that this is concerning me, even though I don't have small children in my life. If you guys are not aware, COVID and coronavirus is still among us.
Yep.
It's almost about to be, well, it has been a year. It first came into the United States in January.
Yep.
So it's been here over a year and it's still going very strong.
Yep.
So now they have these vaccines out that they would like for everyone to take. We've discussed it on the show before. If we're going to take the vaccine, as of today's date, I have not.
Me either.
1 nor 2. But that's just my preference.
Right.
But now they are trying to get, since the kids has pretty much been out of school for almost a year, they're trying to get school-age children back in school. Now, we saw this story on the news, and Sweet Pea and I was discussing this. Now, a 5, 6, 7-year-old, do you honestly think they'll know what to do? Because I know there are some grown folks who are still having a hard time just simply putting on a mask.
Now, I've had the pleasure of being around children, even though I don't have any biological children of my own. I've had the pleasure of being around children. And I know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's not a child on this planet that is going to stay 6 feet away from his or her best friend.
Right.
It's not going to happen. If anybody that has had any experience with children that young, they know for a fact that child is not going to stay 6 feet away from another child.
Right.
That's how children interact. They like to touch each other. They like to wrestle. They like to play. They like to play karate. I loved doing karate when I was a little child. So that's not going to happen. So, and you have school teachers that are related to you, correct?
Yes, I do. And I've spoken to her. I have teachers, and I also have a principal in my family.
Right.
And her and I was discussing this, and I was like, "Huh?" She said, "It's hard for me to keep my teachers in line from wearing a mask." Now, imagine a teacher in class with a classroom. I think she said like a classroom of, they keep the smaller children kind of low. So I think it's like maybe 12 to 15 kids in the classroom at the most.
Yeah.
And they hardly ever get the curriculum of the data. And I know you're 5, 6 year old, what you must do, finger painting and maybe seeing your ABCs and doing a little nap time story.
Right.
She said the whole day the teacher's consistently telling the kid, no, don't touch Lizzie. No, sit down, get it from over there. No, put your mask back on. She's steady telling these children what not to do. They're not even getting the day-to-day curriculum that they need to progress in life.
And that's my whole point.
So
that's my whole point.
I don't know.
That is my whole point right there. You just proved my whole point in that little scenario right there.
So it's kind of hard. Like, why are they so anxious to get these kids back in school? And like I said, I do have teachers in my family, and they have expressed that if you're trying to make me go back to school right now or go back to the classroom to teach, and Corona is not under wraps or under control that it needs to be, I might not be in the classroom. So you might have to find somebody to fill my seat.
There you go.
They're putting their lives and health of their family at risk as well.
Right.
So to me, it's a double-edged sword. I really don't have a valid opinion about it, because it's like, I don't have children. I do know parents do have to get out here and work.
Yep.
If they're not capable or able to do work from home situations.
Right.
And this day and age, you just can't leave your kids with anyone. But why take your chance of sending your kids to school and they might come home and infect the whole family? Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of unbalanced on this.
Yeah, you kind of on the fence about this situation. Yeah. And I can't say I blame you, because like when I first heard about this, that by itself, I'm like, that's not going to happen, because I know how children are. Right. I've been around children. I know how they are. They're not going, number one, it's hard enough trying to get them to sit still. Right. And number two, you're trying to get them to stay away from each other.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Plain and simple. It's not going to.
It's crazy, but it's what I can just say is just let the Congress people make the right decision and take into account everybody, not just them taking about the school is losing money, the building are getting run down. Look at the health of American citizens plus the children.
I get that
and
part.
And most importantly, the teachers.
I get that part.
Yeah.
I get that part.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly, I get that part.
So I'm just gonna say that.
But it's not going to happen, because anybody that knows anything about children, that have been around children at any length of time, good and well, their attention span is like about 2 seconds long.
2.
That's number one.
2, if that. 2.
And that's giving the benefit of the doubt when I say 2 seconds.
Exactly.
But like I said, that's not going to happen, y'all. It's
right.
not, that's not going to happen. How children are.
But one more thing I want to discuss about Trump Balicious. He's still in the news, ladies and gentlemen. But before he got up out of here, Trump pardoned and commuted a couple of people that I thought was very interesting characters, and I just wanted to get Reggie's thoughts on it.
Okay.
He commuted or pardoned Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, Kwame Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
He was the former mayor of Detroit.
Right.
And of course, all his homeboys, his allies of his and his son and his daughter's family, such as Steve Bannon, who are either financial predators or sexual predators.
Well, Steve Bannon is a white supremacist. Mm-hmm. He's a known white supremacist.
A white supremacist, okay.
So
he's pardoned those type of people. Now, Lil Wayne, I'm thinking this is just my personal opinion, because I remember Lil Wayne did go to the White House and he gave Trump a big donation. So I'm thinking that's probably why he got pardoned.
Here's the thing about Lil Wayne, and I don't care who likes it, who doesn't like it. Lil Wayne's a coon. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. Lil Wayne's a coon. So is Kodak Black. They both are. So to sit up here and say that he pardoned Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, okay, moving right along.
Right.
They're insignificant anyway. They
that's
have
also
it.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
If they did the time, they need to do it.
I don't support anybody that's detrimental to the development of black peoples, and that includes other black people.
Young Weezy, baby. You don't like that?
No, I ain't never liked Lil Wayne. I never liked Lil Wayne. I take that back. I liked Lil Wayne earlier in his career when he actually had lyrical skill. But once he started getting big, he kept doing the same album over and over and over again. That's when I said, okay, he's doing the same shit over and over and over again.
Saying the same thing.
Saying the same old thing, same old beats, everything. So that's number one. And number two, when he did that interview talking about there is no racism, I said, oh, really, dude? That's when I knew he was a coon.
That's
so
dotted the I across the T for you, huh?
There you go. That was it. that pretty much put everything into perspective for me. This dude's a coon. Yeah. So cause like if anybody has heard that interview, the first thing he starts doing is start praising the cop that was watching him and being there for him after he got shot. Right. So you're gonna praise this cop. I don't care what color he is, black, white, green, or purple. You're gonna praise a cop for doing his job.
Right.
He did his job. That's his job. He's supposed to keep you alive, dummy.
Right. But just disregard all the other people that cops have
mangled
and killed in the streets.
Yeah. So yeah.
Maybe he was one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, exactly. So you got lucky. So anyway, like I said, Lil Wayne's a coon. So I'm not. He's insignificant at this point.
Now I want to talk about the Kwame, because if I'm trying to remember, he went to jail because he was it a sex scandal or was it
I can't remember. I can't remember why he went to jail in the first place. But he's a coon too.
I can Google that. Yeah, because I remember he got up there singing like a canary. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do. I said he did all that singing. He ended up in jail anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a coon too.
Yeah.
So and all the black people that he has pardoned or commuted their sentences or whatever, every single last one of them are white supremacists, bootlicking ass kissing coons. So I'm not even going to sugarcoat it or anything like that. That's what they are. But
he really did. Once he got he was found guilty, he kept trying to appeal his case, and so I guess here's the official. Oh wow. He kept trying to appeal his case, so finally I don't know who is behind his pardon, but
Yeah.
Trump got him out of there, so he's back home now. And his reply to Trump was, "You have set me up for a comeback." Trump in Detroit. So
Okay.
we'll see how that goes.
All
If
them
you-
black folks in Detroit, if they got any sense, then, he's not gonna get anywhere.
Right, we'll
So
see.
but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, and I think this has brought me to my official story about Black History.
Yeah.
It is Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen.
And if anybody knows anything about me, I celebrate Black History year round.
Yes, sir.
I do. Ashes laid to my right.
I often wonder, why do we have to get the shortest month of the year?
Well,
I don't get it.
that's a good question. Well, I thought I had a splash screen up for Black History Month. I guess I didn't put it up here. Let me put it up here real quick, y'all. Give me a few minutes.
But I often wonder, like, I know when I was in school, that's nothing, like, I be talking to my cousins that are teachers, but I have a friend that's also a teacher, and she's in Wilson. Well, I don't know if I should tell the city, but she's in another part of Texas that's further east of here. I'm just gonna say that. And it's the all Caucasian school, and that school do not practice or honor Black history. And my friend is a Black woman, and so her and I was speaking about this situation, and I said, well, how does that make you feel that you can't express or show homage to Black history during the month of February? I'm sure if you can't do it for February, I'm pretty sure you can't do it any other month of the year. And she said
Right.
no, that it was another colleague of hers that tried to do it, and he was fired because he tried to pay homage to Black history during his classroom setting toward his children, his students.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That's really messed up.
Yeah. So what did you and your family ever do anything to celebrate Black history? Well, I'm sure you did. I'm sure.
Well, to be honest with you, being that Black history was something that was always taught in my house year round, it wasn't just for 1 month out the year. Like I said, I can honestly give a shout out to my stepdad because of this, because he was the one that put me up on game on a whole lot of Black history back when I was a child.
Right.
So, I mean, he had me looking at a whole bunch of different people. And the one person that I focused on is my personal hero, Malcolm X. So, once I started doing that, and I just kind of like went on from there. I said, there's got to be more to learn.
Right.
And I got book after book after book after book after book, and just devoured those books. And that's why I have so much Black history in this brain right now.
Well, by you saying that, do you think as Black parents just don't rely on the school system to teach our children? We should be doing it in-house?
Yes, definitely.
And our shelves should be stacked with all kind of Black...
All kinds of stuff. And don't just talk about... Right, exactly. Don't just talk... And don't just focus on the big ones. Don't just focus on Malcolm, Martin, Harriet... whoever. Don't just focus on those. Rosa Parks.
Obama, because he's the first. Yeah. Well, he is the first, but he's not the. Well, okay, he's supposed to be the first Black.
Yeah, exactly. So there's, we'll talk about that on another show.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that.
The big hitters.
Yeah. Don't just focus on them.
Yeah.
Go deeper.
Speaking about the men, I just learned the other day that I know this off topic, I gotta say this. The little door stopper that's at the back of
a
Black man in there.
Yeah.
I almost lost my mind when I saw that.
Oh, I'm getting ready to really blow your mind now. Black man invented a laptop and a personal computer.
I did not know that.
A man named David Smith.
Wow. Well, I do know it was a Black woman who invented the navigation system.
No doubt.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like we have a lot, like a little stuff like that. They don't really talk about that because it's so minuscule, but they keep the heavy hitters. But little stuff like a door stopper, the laptop, the navigation system, that's important too.
Precisely.
That's very important.
All that's important too. Because like Black people has done so much to not just American history but world history as a whole.
Just not sports people.
And not just thank you. It's not just sports and entertainment.
Right.
Black people have done a lot.
Yes. To keep this country going forward.
Precisely.
Yes.
The traffic light. Black man invented that. Yes. Black man invented the refrigerator.
Yes.
Black man invented the potato chip. So we done so much stuff. Chips. Oh man, yeah. Come on now.
That's my biggest downfall.
Come on, you and me both.
Yeah.
But like I said, Black people have done so much. Boxer Jack Johnson invented the crescent wrench.
Really?
Yep. Look that up.
See, it just fascinates me because these are things. I mean, I know I could have did my due diligence too, but in my 40 years of life, I still get fascinated when I hear an invention that was made or created by a black person. It's just, I just beam with joy and I just feel so happy to know that.
Right.
You know?
Black man actually invented the light bulb. Thomas Edison didn't. He just put the patent out there.
He just, exactly.
That's the only thing he did.
That's the only thing he did. Came under and got him.
That's it.
Got him.
That's exactly it.
But of course, you know, we have some of our own that think Black History Month should be done away. Such as the candidate. It's a candidate running for governor in Michigan. I'm going to go ahead and put this man's full name on blast.
Do that.
Because I don't think he's a full black man, first of all. His name is Austin Chingy.
That's exactly how you pronounce it.
Chenge.
That's Chingy. That's not Chingy. He is. I did some research on this man. His family is originally from Nigeria.
Now I see. That's what I said. See.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. Now, I'm not knocking the Nigerian riders that come here and they are, with the shit. I'm not knocking them. Some are. Mm-hmm. There's quite a few of them that are. Mm-hmm. But there are some coons out there. There are some immigrant coons out there.
But let me read what he is, though. He is a Black Army veteran. First of all, that's why I was so shocked. He's a Black businessman. But I don't know if this is part of his platform for him running for governor, but he did announce that if he's elected, he will abolish Black History Month in favor of American History Month. Now, let me ask you something here. What are the other 11 months? I mean, we only get one. So what are the other 11 months called? If it's not already American History Month.
Well, see, let's just see.
Months.
But see, that just goes to show you how stupid he really is.
Yeah.
How out of the loop. That just goes to show you. I'm not gonna say he's stupid. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say he's stupid. He's stupid.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you how out of focus and how ignorant he truly is. Mm-hmm. He's saying that I remember hearing this article reading this article about him. He said it's offensive and unfair to other groups of people that can't celebrate their history. Everybody else can celebrate their history. Even Morgan Freeman and this is what I don't like about Morgan, right? Because Morgan's a coon too. He said that Black history should be done away with. He said it's pointless. What's so pointless about it for us to know our history?
Wow, I hadn't heard that.
Oh yeah, look that up. Morgan Freeman has been a staunch believer in getting rid of Black History Month.
I mean, is it really that bad? It's only, first of all, it's shouldn't be 1 month.
Of the year.
That's what I say. It's only 1 month. It's the shortest month. We can't have 28 days. Leap year, 29 days. But we can't have those days.
Right.
Honestly.
Well, see, that's, like I said, it's those coons that's doing that.
Yeah.
It's those coon-ass people that's doing that. And those are the ones that you have to watch out for. Those are the dangerous ones right there.
Yeah.
Because they will undermine you in every single way. And that's exactly what he's trying to do.
But why, though? Is it really that technical? American history. That's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Because American history is taught it's pretty much taught all school years.
What year did you graduate high school?
89.
I did, too. How many years of your school age years did your teachers from elementary up to high school talk mainly in February Black History Month? Did y'all celebrate every month?
No. A lot of them didn't celebrate it at all. I remember that wholeheartedly.
I remember when I was in high school, we had 1 week.
We didn't even have that.
1 week. And that was in February. Now, we're supposed to have the whole month. Mm-hmm. We did the little pictures. They put the pictures on the wall.
Yeah.
But as far as a teacher actually sitting down and talking to us and teaching us something about Black history, it was 1 week out the month.
Well, I can honestly tell you that during my school years, even when I was going to school in the country, they would mention people like Harriet Tubman and Underground Railroad. They would mention it very briefly. They didn't really get into detail about it. Now, me personally, me being who I was, I knew the details about it.
And definitely, because you was taught at home.
I was taught that at home.
Exactly.
I know that the Underground Railroad didn't just run north. See, I knew that the Underground Railroad ran south because that's where most of the slaves stayed. They went south to Florida because Florida was a free state.
Correct.
And it was quicker. Why would you want to go from Georgia to New York?
Correct.
It's a shorter trip. And the only reason why they keep talking about the northern trip of the Underground Railroad is because so white people can get credit for it.
They made the trails.
There you go. They blazed the trails.
Yeah.
They helped Harriet Tubman.
Right.
Which there were some white people that did help.
But do you know some people who think it was an actual train?
No, it wasn't. That's what they call it. That's just what they call it, y'all.
This is not,
it was never a train.
History.
It was never a train, people.
Never a train.
But the point I'm trying to make is this right here. When I was in school, we didn't really talk about Black history. Mm-hmm. We really didn't.
Well, let me say this. Let me ask you this. Oklahoma, though.
Yeah.
Is that why?
That's exactly the reason why. Whenever I tell people I'm from Oklahoma, they don't realize how racist Oklahoma truly is. Mm-hmm. They really don't. I mean, because I tell people all the time that Oklahoma is a very racist state. Oklahoma was so racist at one point in time, it almost lost its statehood because of all the racist shit that was going on here. And well, there. I'm not here now, but still, we're there, mm-hmm. I should say.
I really didn't know it until you and I started talking about it. Right. I met you and you started talking about it. Mm-hmm. But it solidified me for sure. When we took that trip to Idabel.
Come on.
And all those homes had those big old Trump flags and banners. I'm like, my God.
Mentioned this before on previous podcasts. Oklahoma was the only state where every single county voted for Trump.
Wow.
The only state.
That is crazy.
The only state that voted every single county for Donald Trump.
And I just find that hard to believe. Like I said, your preference is your preference, but isn't that mostly Native Americans?
Native American, Black people, and a shitload of white folks.
That's what I'm like, wow.
Well, see, you got to understand something.
They Trump, though.
Well, see, you got to understand something about this right here. Okay. Now, there are a lot of Native American people that want to be like white folks so bad that they would go through big lengths to do this.
Wow. That's
why the 5 civilized tribes, that's why they called them civilized, because they started bucking traditions and stuff like that from their own native cultures and started adopting stuff like Christianity and started, getting to the point to where they wanted to act just like white people, even going so far as to owning slaves.
Oh, wow.
So that's why they got the name civilized. And everybody else were evil red savages. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
Well, I just feel like 1 month is too short. It just take it upon yourself, people, to teach your family yourself. Just don't rely on the school system.
I've always said that. Yeah. I've always said that. But
I wholeheartedly believe that.
I've always been a big advocate of that, because my mother, and she's told you this story about herself. Mm-hmm. She had gotten these books called The Ebony Pictorial History of Black America. Mm-hmm. It was 3 volumes to that book. And I wish to God I could find those books right now. If I could find those books, I would get them. Just to have them in my library.
Right.
But we used to take those books. I used to take those books and read them to my mother. She would read them to me, and then I would turn around and read them to her. Mm-hmm. So, and that's how we did.
Okay, one more thing I'm going to speak about Black history. I don't know if you heard this story or not, but Jim Claiborne, one of the congressmen,
Jim Clyburn,
wants to change the national anthem to the Black national anthem.
Well, let's look at the lyrics real quick.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much of that soliloquy do you know?
Let me say this right here. Think about this. Mm-hmm. Here goes the first stanza to that particular national anthem. Mm-hmm. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as listening skies. Let it resound loud as rolling seas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on to victory as one.
Well, we can't say you don't know it. Go ahead, then, word for word.
So,
all right now.
So that is a very, very, very powerful anthem.
It is.
But being that the powers that be ain't going to put that out there, because A, a Black person wrote it, and B, Black people can identify with it, it ain't going to happen.
But it's so prevalent to today's culture, not just Black culture in general. The way this world is going these days, it relates wholeheartedly. So why wouldn't they even think about it, let alone just shoot it down without even a thought?
Right.
It says lift every voice.
Lift every voice and sing.
Not just Black voices, Hispanic voices,
it said
Chinese
lift every
voices.
Voice and sing.
Yeah. first words.
Lift every voice and sing. That's
Ring
a very
with harmony.
Ring with a harmony of liberty. Okay, which means everybody gets the equal amount of help, but not just it's going to favor just one person. Not we'll help everybody else. Then whatever's left over, you can get the rest. Which is what black people have been going through forever.
Let us march.
Yeah,
Till victory is won.
won.
So it's like it's not excluding anyone. So when I heard him say that, I thought, wow, that'd be awesome. But in reality, it's so sad that we know Congress or GOP is gonna.
Oh man, they're gonna shoot that down. Hell, even the Democrats are gonna
shoot
shoot that shit down. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Come on. Let's just be honest with the situation. The Democrats gonna shoot that down. Come on, man.
You think the Democrats will?
I know they would.
Well, he's a Democrat, so by him implementing it
matter.
into,
It don't
I'm
matter.
thinking they might
It don't matter.
stand with him.
It don't
you
matter.
know?
Well, see, here's the thing about, and I've always said this, and I continue to say it. The only difference between a Democrat and a Republican is that a Republican, you know where they stand. A Democrat will throw a rock and hide their hands.
Well, that's true.
So,
I
you know.
agree with that.
So, that's just the way it is. But anyway,
Okay, now here we go, people.
what we got?
January 16th, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are officially sworn in as the president and vice president of these here good old United States of America.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that just the most beautifulest thing?
Yeah.
And my heart rejoiced when they had that young, beautiful young lady reading the poem titled "The Hills We Climb." Beautiful. Just the whole ceremony was beautiful. They say it was a little chilly, and they kept making fun of how Bernie Sanders was dressed. But overall, the day was beautiful. It was just beautiful. I truly enjoy looking at it on TV. The whole thing, even the night ceremonies in there. I mean, I know it wasn't like traditional because of COVID, but they still went ahead and showed them getting their presents and the honors and where his office is and the shooting of the fireworks at night. But the whole day was just amazing. Just beautiful.
All right, then.
Oh, wow. So you don't have no rhetoric about that?
Nah.
Wow.
I'm just going to say wait and see. I ain't impressed by this shit.
Yeah.
Just wait and see.
But still, they finally got inaugurated due to Trump saying it would never happen, which leads us to our next story.
Oh, man.
We've already spoke about this before. The insurrection that happened on January 6th,
Yep.
which we thought was going to be the hindrance to the inauguration.
Yep.
But of course, the inauguration did take place.
Yep.
But after that inauguration, 2-3 days later, they filed the paperwork to impeach Trump.
Yep.
Last night, what were we doing last night? My brother texted me. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock.
I think we was watching TV.
They acquitted old boy again.
Twice.
Second time.
Well, see, here's the thing, and this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing about this situation. I'm not surprised.
Honestly, I am, because the first time he was impeached because he did, he took abuse and power of his seat that he holds, the most powerful man in the world.
Well, see, think about that. The whole thing about the abuse of power thing, they had to actually have some concrete proof that he did. They didn't have any.
Right.
So, I'm all for give somebody a fair shake. I don't care who it is, even if it is Donald Trump, give him a fair shake.
Well, they did have people to come forward and say he did talk to Russia.
Yeah.
He did talk to China.
Yeah.
They had documents and phone calls hearing him say.
Right.
But they still found him not guilty.
Which is amazing.
This is the first count, though. He was not guilty on the first count.
Right.
Now let's head up to the second one.
Okay. The second impeachment.
We pretty much saw
he incited insurrection.
he incited insurrection.
Yeah, we saw that firsthand.
Some of the things that he was saying that I took account to was they showed him doing every day. He had like a rally somewhere,
Right.
and in each of those rallies, his main go-to phrase was, "We have to fight. We have to fight." So if you hear a group of people hearing, "We have to fight. We need to storm the Capitol."
Oh, man,
blah blah
yeah.
blah blah. It's all negative. What you think they're gonna do?
Of
I mean,
course.
even though I know these are grown people and they're supposed to have a mind of their own,
They're gonna rise up.
it's just like a cult.
That's exactly what it is. Because he reminds me of what's that religious leader name? The one from the 70s, Jim Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he reminds me of. People, and he has said this on several occasions. He said he could blow somebody's head off in the middle of Times Square and nobody would arrest him.
Yep.
He's absolutely right.
And by them acquitting him the second time,
that
is true.
He's for lack of a better term, he's untouchable.
Right. But do you think is he responsible for the riots on January 6th?
Yep.
Okay.
You know it or not know it.
Okay.
Let's just be honest about the situation.
So
yes.
You're saying yes, I say yes. Okay. So now that Congress room that housed over 100 congressmen and women,
right.
What did they not hear or see that we did not hear or see to acquit this man a second time?
Well, it's not that they didn't hear or see it, because they heard and saw everything that we heard and saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them to say, well, he actually did this, so let's go ahead and accuse him and just make him guilty of whatever it was he did, because all the Democrats saw it.
Okay.
All the Democrats saw it, and they needed how many Republicans?
40, I think it was 37.
They
needed 37 and 43 said not guilty, so he got it. But my thing is, during this, all this week they showed this 22-minute snippet of how these people stormed the Capitol. Listen to him outside doing his speech, roaring up, yeah, we're gonna go get him, showing them going toward the Capitol, climbing the walls, busting in doors, breaking out windows. Once they get in there, they're looking for the congressmen and women.
Yep.
And some of them are smashing and beating Capitol police officers pretty much to death. I think 2 died.
Yep.
And then, it was a total of 5 to 7. I think
one
it was
of them
5
got
died.
Shot. One chick got shot. No, one chick got shot.
Oh, she was a lady. But she was a protester.
Yeah, she got
she was a protester.
And they deified her down there. But,
yeah, I don't know why. That's just me. But one of the police officers, Capitol officer, he was so overwhelmed, he committed suicide.
Yep, I heard about that.
And like a group of one was going to the Capitol or to the Tundra, the room that they participating in,
right,
and trying to look for Nancy Pelosi. He goes to Nancy Pelosi's desk and like he was sitting in his den. Another one leaves the Capitol with this woman's personal mail.
Yep.
Another group of riders going down the hall looking for Pence, and we're gonna hang Pence. What part of that is not impeachable? I mean, impeachable. What part of that did they not hear nor see to find this man guilty? Do you think those people would have did that to the Capitol if he went on that platform? He meaning Trump, his son, his daughter, and his daughter-in-law, and then that what's his name? They had the dye running down the side of his face.
Oh yeah, that fool right there.
I just don't know if I can just talk to some of the Republicans and ask them, what did you not hear or see that they showed on TV every day, all day, before they read the verdict yesterday, that made you feel like this man did not incite this insurrection?
Well, I know a few Republicans personally that said that he did incite a riot and he did incite insurrection, and they said that he should be impeached.
But how did they vote though?
Well, they didn't really vote because they're not really senators or anything like that.
Oh, you mean personal people you know?
Personal people.
Oh, I thought you said people in Congress. I'm sorry.
I don't know anybody.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anybody in
personal
Congress.
people.
Really,
okay. Now, are these people Democrats or Republicans?
Republicans.
Wow.
They said that was wrong. You know, they said it was wrong because like they said it should have never happened. It shouldn't have got to that point.
Wow.
And I and like I told them, I'm not a Democrat nor am I Republican, but that was definitely an attempted coup. It really was.
Yeah.
And me personally, I think that's just a calm before the storm. I think there's going to be more of this happening. I think that once Joe Biden and Kamala Harris actually solidify themselves in office, it's going to somebody's going to try it again.
Oh yeah. Oh, today I got an alert on my phone. A lady was tackled down. She was heading toward the White House with a gun. Where are you going? They got that place sold up like Fort Knox now, because y'all done tried it once. Y'all can try it again, but I don't think you're going to be successful this time.
Come on, man. They are trying their best to get... Well, let me just say this real quick. First of all, there's a new political party out. I don't know if you heard about it or not. It's called the MAGA Patriot Party.
No, I haven't.
Look that up.
It's called what now?
The MAGA Patriot Party.
MAGA. Okay, that's after Trump.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I said MAGA. Wait.
No, you
MAGA. There we go.
scroll down.
Wow.
The MAGA Patriot Party. Click it.
Trump, the first person that pops up.
Of course. Because
So this who he gonna run for presidency under?
I don't know. From what I understand, the headquarters is the headquarters is located in San Antonio, Texas.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. See, when I heard about
Is this
this,
Ted Cruz?
when I first heard about this, when I very first heard about this, and their logo is like a lion, I think. Instead of a donkey or an elephant, it's a lion. So, but anyway, when I first heard about this, the first thing I thought to myself was, how many dumbass Republicans are going to jump ship and join this thing?
If it's for Trump, oh.
There go people that's already a part of it.
Wow.
See that?
All right.
I should have known he was going to be a part of
Yeah,
it.
that's why I said we're Cruz. Pretty sure he is too.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a new political party called the MAGA Patriot
No, I
Party.
haven't heard of this. I'm surprised I haven't seen this or read this anywhere. When you heard this? When you
I heard this a while back. I
Hmm.
heard this a while back. Back when I was going through my little stuff, I heard about this. I'm like, man, we got to, I might want to write this down. So I wrote it down and looked it up.
Okay, the F okay, they on January. Wow.
Mhm.
January 25th.
Yep.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Okay, well, now do we technically have Republican, Democratic, Conservative? What's the one that you just neutral,
Independent.
independent, and now we're gonna have this one?
Well, here's the thing about that. Conservative and Republican are pretty much one and the same. But here's the thing about being a conservative. I know black conservatives,
I do too.
but they're not to the point to where they just say, black people need to stop bullshitting and pick yourself up by your bootstraps because they know better. I mean, for the most part, most black people that you know are conservative. They're not really liberal. So it's not a big deal to have it's not a big deal to see somebody that's black and conservative. It really isn't. But when they get to the point to where they start, selling out and cooning out, trying to get approval from white people, that's a whole different thing. So, but it's no big deal for a black person to be conservative, because to be honest with you, I have a few conservative views myself, but they're more for black people as opposed to me trying to sell out, because that's the one thing I'm not. So yeah. But these guys right here are ultra conservative.
Did you read what is their stance? What is their platform? What are they?
They're trying to perpetuate more of a right-wing philosophy.
Okay, the Trump campaign said it's not affiliated with this party,
Yeah,
but it's called MAGA.
right. Well, see, Trump is denying that, but I think it's a lie. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's a lie.
Yeah, me too. I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
That's just too coincidental.
I agree.
Coinky-dinky.
There you go. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I'm saying?
So
So yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't believe that.
I agree with you on that.
I don't believe that. But one more thing I want to talk about is Mitch McConnell.
Oh, man.
Some people call him Bitch McConnell.
By some people, she means me.
Yeah. Wholeheartedly. This man stood up there and said that Trump, he didn't want to have the second impeachment anyway. He felt like it was a waste of time. When the verdict came down yesterday, this man stood up there for 22 minutes and pretty much stated that Trump was guilty on every count.
But he voted
otherwise. Not guilty.
He voted otherwise.
Isn't that a double negative?
That's called a contradiction.
You say one thing and do another. Why would you even stand up there 22 minutes, downgrading this man, saying he got blood on his hands. He should not be able to run for nothing in 2022. Blah, 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 blah. But you voted not guilty. Are you crazy? I mean, honestly.
You remember that song that Cameo had out a while back in the 80s called Talking Out the Side of Your Neck?
And that's exactly what's happening here. Yeah.
Well, see, that song, a lot of people, if you actually listen to that song, it's about politicians. It really is. Listen to that. Listen to it. Just listen to the lyrics to that song. Because politicians always talk out the side of the neck. They say one thing and do something completely different. Now, Native American people saying that the white man speak with forked tongue. I don't know which Native American chief said it, but one of them said it. But how true is that? Well, politicians, let's put that towards politicians. I don't care what color politicians, what color the politician is, they're going to talk outside their necks. All of them do that.
Wow.
So, and this is exactly what Mitch McConnell has done and is doing. He's talking out the side of his neck.
Right. Yeah.
So
a lot of them are. Because I remember the Graham guy, what's his name? He was standing up there, I'm done with Trump. I tried to be his friend. I tried to support everything he done. I'm done with him. And then this morning, we're looking at Fox 4 News. He talking about, oh, yeah, he's my buddy. I'm going out and play golf with him tomorrow.
Yep, that's exactly what he said.
Man, I just... Take a stance and stand on it. Quit double dutching. I hate how you got to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
got time that just right.
I don't get it. And I often wonder, did these people, like they show, like during because I looked at some of the impeachment trial. I try to keep,
right.
When the camera panned on some of the people, some were on their phone. This one senator, he was doodling. Are you even listening? Are you even aware of what's going on, or do you just make up your mind? I'm just gonna vote for him so I can keep my seat.
That's exactly what happened.
So I'm like, I don't even get it. I don't understand. I really don't. I'm sorry. But let's get back to some good news. Biden's been in office a couple of weeks now.
Right.
He signed a whole lot of executive actions and orders.
Yep.
What do you think about that? They showed this picture of him. He got this big old tray of pens, this stack of executive orders, and he just signed away. Half of them was to do away with some of the things that Trump did, and some of the things that he incited when he was running for office on the campaign trail. But I'm going to let you spin on it because you have a thought on that.
Well, here's the thing about his executive orders. He has signed over 30 of them.
I think it's 37, I believe.
Something like that. But he has signed quite a few executive orders. Now, I'm not going to say that he's not going to sign any executive orders for black people, but he hasn't done it yet.
In the first 37, there hasn't been.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
So,
one executive order that kind of got to me was the fact that he signed an executive order that was making it illegal to be prejudiced or biased towards Asians and Pacific Islanders. Now, I'm going to put this out there to my black folks out there. When was the last time you heard about an Asian or Pacific Islander getting killed by the police? Or getting, discriminated against by the police, or, just getting stopped just for being Asian? Has anybody, if anybody has done that, then I will take everything back that I just said.
Personally, I haven't. And I
Has anybody heard about an Asian getting killed by putting his hands up? Anybody heard about that?
No.
Now, that has been going on with black people forever.
Day one.
Exactly.
They weren't putting their hands up, they were swinging from a tree.
There you go.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, so, no, I have never, you're right, I haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard that either. But then again, Asians are cool. It's not cool to be racist against Asians now.
But is it okay for them to follow me around their beauty supply store?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting at right there. That's exactly where I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
They could be racist against us.
Right.
And by us, I mean black people all day long.
You take too long. Hurry up, get out of here. What?
You pay now. You hurry up and pay. Hurry up and pay. Get out.
Would never be back.
Exactly. I was okay. I got you.
Wow.
I ain't coming back here no more.
No, I hadn't heard that was one of the orders that he signed.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the executive orders that he signed. That you know, you might want to look that up. You know, it's because the whole thing about that executive order got to me. I mean, I'm looking at this executive order. I'm like, are you serious right about now? Asians ain't the ones to put your ass in office. Last time I checked, there was black people that came out in droves.
Shout out to Georgia. And they the one who
that put your punk ass in office.
Put them in office, yeah. So, wow. That's unbelievable.
Is that it? I think that's it. Hold on, is that it?
January 26th.
I think that's it. That's it right there. That's it right there.
Combating racism and xenophobia.
Intolerance against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. See, told you.
Jeez. Now, why would that be an issue over jobs, over unemployment benefits?
No.
It's a little personal for me. Over police brutality in the streets. Over.
Speak on it.
All these supposedly millions of vaccines we was promised, but we still haven't even got half of them. Over unnecessary incarceration of black men, over just other things, but this is the most you can think about at this time in this country that we're living in. Okay.
I told you.
Okay.
Let me just say this, family. Okay. For all of you that went out there and voted for this clown, I told you. Wow. I told you. I hate to be an I told you so, but I told you. And no, I'm not a Trump supporter. Far from it. But I told y'all. I told you.
Xenophobia. Help me understand, what is that?
Xenophobia means fear of anything that's alien.
What?
Fear of aliens. That's pretty much what xenophobia means.
So
fear
they
of
don't
aliens.
put the aliens before the black man?
Well, that's what it means. Fear of aliens or fear of anything different. So that's what it means.
Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Once again, hey Gwen, what you doing? Once again, we're pulling the back burner.
I told you, man. I told you.
Dang.
I told you, man. I told y'all. I told everybody, man.
The aliens get a break before the black man and woman.
Yeah.
My brother was texting this morning, yesterday after he sent me that link about Trump getting acquitted. We just need to pack up our bags and go find us somewhere else to stay. We just start our own little island, our own little world.
Well, here's the thing about that.
We're not going to get a break here.
Here's the thing about that. That's not a bad idea, but the question is, where will we go?
Somewhere where we can get some more equal laws, first of all, that it's justified across the board. Yeah. Not because you might have more money, you get more of this, or because you low income, you got to live here. None of that. It's going to be equal across the board. Let's just start there.
I agree with you on that. I mean, I have no problems with that, but like I said, there's no place in the whole entire world there's not very many places, if any, that's not dominated by white supremacy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, as far as that's concerned, that's number one. Yeah. And number two, our ancestors literally built this country from the ground up. So why should we leave? We built this damn thing. They didn't do shit. The only thing they did was say, nigga, pick up that bale of hay. Nigga, pick up that nigga, build this country where we're gonna call America, and we're gonna treat you as a second-class citizen for generations to come.
Wow.
So why should we leave?
That's crazy.
Why should we leave?
Well,
I tell you what.
Okay. Let me say this.
Let's save it. Save it for another show.
But we're not even getting. Okay, we will. Yeah.
Let's save that for another show.
Yeah, I can go. I have questions.
That's gonna be a deep one.
Yeah,
that's
gonna
be a deep one. Let's save that for another show.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to go live on this on that one. So yeah,
right.
We'll save that for another show.
Okay.
So, all right, is that it?
I think that's all the hot topics for today.
Cool.
We had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, we did.
I think we're pretty much caught up now.
Yeah.
So today's topic is about.
Okay. Let me just say this real quick before we get started. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit.
Okay.
I just want to say to my listening audience out there, when you listen to this broadcast, this recast of this broadcast, I'm going to post it up. I just want to apologize to everybody out there. And more importantly, I wanted to apologize to this lady to my right. because, like I said, when I said earlier that she's a trooper, man. She's a trooper. I could not have made it without her. I mean, this show is nothing without her in it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And with what I was going through, and she's still here, that opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I mean, that lets me know flat out that I got somebody right by my side that's going to be there through thick and thin with my little yellow ass. And that says a lot. And I just want to say flat out, baby, I love you for it.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't
Take your time.
This is my heart right here, y'all. I'm just gonna put that out there. And like I said, I couldn't do it without her. Plain and simple. Now, with all of that said, let's turn this music back up a little bit. And I'm getting a little emotional myself. Now, the thing of it is, the reason why that we haven't done the show in a while is because, me personally, I was going through a few things. And the one thing where I made the mistake is that I shut everybody out of it. Now, anybody that has known me any length of time knows that I'm a very private person. I always have been. And I'm working on that now to not be so private, especially since I got somebody wonderful in my life. So, with that said, we're going to do things a little bit different here. So we're going to still continue to do what we do best, and that's stick a foot in white supremacist's ass. We're going to keep doing that. But the one thing that we're not going to do is, if I'm having some issues and whatnot, I'm not going to leave this lady right here hanging, because I know that hurt her. And when it came down to it, it hurt me as well. So, and I don't want to do that no more. And the reason why that it happened the way that it happened is because I was going through my little stuff with my job, because my job was stressing me the hell out. It really was. It was getting to the point, it was turning me into a person that I didn't like. It was turning me into a person that she didn't know. Yeah. And that was hurting me, and I didn't like that at all. Mm-hmm. And so, the only way that I thought that I could fix that problem is to isolate myself from everybody and try to solve it on my own, which was not a good idea. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, it hurt her in the long run. That's the one thing I ever want to do, is hurt her. Mm-hmm. So that's what was going on. It wasn't drugs. I'm not a drug addict. It wasn't another woman or the women. Period. It wasn't none of that. I would never ever step out on this woman. I got it way too good over here. I'd be stupid to do that. And I realized that. It was just me going through some things that I had to take care of on my own, and I did that. I got another job, doing a whole lot better than I was before. Yeah. So and I'm good there. So we're back on track now, like I said, and I just want to say real quick, I love you.
I love you too.
So
I truly do. That's why when I didn't recognize you,
and she didn't. I
didn't give up. I tried to forge along like it wasn't bothering me, but it did. But
yeah, it bothered me.
My mom always taught me.
It bothered me as well. So it bothered me as well. But like I said, it was turning me into somebody that I didn't know. Yeah. And I know it turned me into somebody that you didn't know.
Right.
So, and you start to look at me like, damn, that's not my sweet pea.
Like I said, consistent with me. The biggest thing with me when we first met, I told you, it's just a couple of things I need from you.
Right.
Consistency, loyalty, communication, and some. I mean, okay.
Come on.
But with that consistency, you have to stay consistent with me.
Right.
And if I see that consistency withering, I'ma start assuming.
Right.
And anybody who know me, when I assume straight negative.
Right. That's anybody, man. I mean, you start making you start thinking the worst. That's the first thing you start thinking. You start thinking the worst. And that's exactly what happened here.
Right.
And that's why I said that this lady right here is a trooper. And I've always said that, and I continue to say that she is a trooper. Mm-hmm. She's a trooper. She's still here, and I love her for it. So and but like I said, I was going through some stuff, man. Anxiety and depression, which is not a good thing. And that's the main thing that a lot of black people go through.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't like to talk about it. And the reason why, and I can honestly tell you from experience, the reason why that a lot of black people don't like talking about that is because the person that they're talking to, they don't want to be judged by them.
Right.
That's the biggest problem, because the first thing because a lot of people know that, oh, he going through some shit, I'm going to judge him now. And that's the one thing that people that goes through it, they don't want to talk about it to other people because they don't want to be judged.
But like I was telling you, we just had our discussion.
Right.
If that person truly know you, no judgment will be formed.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
100%.
And if that person's truly your friend,
if they're in your
family
corner,
member, in your corner, know you.
No, they ain't gonna judge you. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that 100%. I agree with you on that 100%. I agree with you on that. Yeah. No question about that. Well,
let me drop the definition, since the title is pretty much anxiety, dealing with anxiety.
Right.
And it says anxiety is a normal and often healthy emotion. However, when a person regularly feels disproportionate levels of anxiety, it might become a medical disorder. Anxiety disorders form a category of mental health diagnosis that lead to excessive nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry. Now, during your state of anxiety, did you experience any of those 5 traits?
I experienced the whole thing about the nervousness, because with me and that job that I had, I didn't ask for the job. I got thrown into it. And I think that was the biggest problem. I think that if I had asked for the job when I thought that I was ready for it, it would have been a whole different scenario. But I got thrown into a particular position, and so that made me really, really apprehensive towards a whole bunch of different things, number one. And number two, I started being really, really drawn back, for lack of a better term. Withdrawn. Yeah, that's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Withdrawn. I came really, really withdrawn because of it.
Right.
So that played a big factor in the situation.
But since we're just going to keep it honest, we're being honest right here, and we're keeping it 100. We've never kept a secret from you guys. We're not going to start now.
No.
What made you feel that you can talk to me? If we've been all along, going strong now, 3 years.
Right.
Team. No I in team.
Right.
You my Boaz.
Exactly.
I'm your, So what makes you feel like you can come to me and just say, look, I took this job. It is making me feel a way I've never felt before.
Right.
Why couldn't you come talk to me? You thought I was going to judge you?
Well, that was my thinking. I mean, now, if I was wrong in that thinking, I apologize ahead. I apologize to you now.
Definitely.
I was wrong.
But at that time, where was your, I guess I'm asking, at that time, where was your headspace?
During that time, I was thinking, well, I don't want her to think bad of me, because that was my whole thinking. That was my whole thinking. It wasn't the right frame of thought. No, by any stretch of the imagination.
Definitely
I know that now.
Yeah.
But like I said, during that particular moment, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of want to be judged, and like I said, that's the reason why a lot of black people in general don't want to talk about depression or anxiety disorders or anything like that, because that's we don't want to have that stigma of being judged in the back of our heads.
Right.
Because you know how some people are, the first thing they do is get on the phone, man, you know what, such and such is going through this, that, and the third,
right.
And man, they are really effed up, man, in the head.
Right.
The
the key word people say, he just acting crazy. crazy.
Exactly,
Call
that
you
too.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that you would do that, because I know better than that.
Yeah, definitely not.
But
I must, let me throw it right here. I'm not going to say that I was Miss Good at Two Shoes, because when you was going through it, I didn't understand it.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, he done found somebody else. Okay, fine, I'm going to tell everybody he cheated on me too. I'm going to tell everybody. And then once you started talking to me and opened up to me, honestly, people, I didn't understand it. I've been through anxiety, but my anxiety has been through like losing a loved one,
right?
And I have taken a position that was overwhelming, but I fought through it. Like I was trying to explain to him, I just fought. But I know some people can and some people can't.
Right.
But at first, I was like, I didn't understand. I'm thinking, what? Anxiety? What? And then when I started reading about it, and I listened to what he was telling me, and it all makes sense. And it just came full circle for me, that I thought, wow, I mean, those are the patterns, you know. But I didn't know that it'd make you turn into a whole different person.
It really can. It really can.
A whole different person.
It really can. They can, like, you know, with that, it depends on what the stimulus is for that particular anxiety. Like I said, my stimulus for that particular problem was my job at the time.
Right.
So.
But honestly, let me say this, because I know people probably thinking, I didn't think he was cheating. I just thought that he was just a little overwhelmed from working. I know he was still working his new job, plus he was still doing his t-shirt business and other things that he got on with the beats and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say he was a cheater. He was cheating. But, you know, sometimes you might think, but I'm not going to put that on you like that, no. Let me make that clear right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, that's the one thing I wasn't doing.
Because some people might... Did she say he was cheating? No.
Nah.
I'm not saying that. I said this, but sometimes when people get off that little circle, like that little hamster in the wheel, and that consistency kind of slows down, you assume negative
you're
things.
going to assume that regardless. I mean, you know, you're going to assume, well, you know, babe, you know, just a little bit off subject, we definitely got to get us another camera. Look at that.
Is that the camera?
Yeah, it's the camera.
Oh, wow.
So we got to get another camera. But we'll do that later on. Okay. We'll apologize for the flickering family. We'll get that resolved eventually. But like right now, you know, we just had to do what we had to do. But we'll get that resolved.
Right.
So you just bear with us for a little bit. We'll get some better equipment. So we'll do better.
So when you was going through all this, did you feel alone?
Definitely.
But even though you have all these people in your lives?
Definitely. See, that's the one thing about it. It doesn't make, you know, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. We have that whole, whenever you're going through something like that, the first thing you start thinking is, I'm going through this all by myself.
Right. Which is not true.
Which isn't true. I mean, because I had, like I said, between you and my mother and my sister and a shitload of my cousins, well, two in particular. My cousin Kim, my cousin Samantha, my cousin Veronica.
Right.
Come on, I got the best cheerleaders on the planet right there.
Nash,
my boy Nash, Leslie. Come on, man. Them are dudes right there.
I forgot that.
So my cousin Dexter. Come on, man.
Yeah,
so you know, I had a lot of folks in my corner.
Definitely.
But like I said, you know, when you're going through that thing, when you're going through stuff like that, the first thing you start thinking is that you're going through this alone.
Well, I guess you was trying to protect me, myself, and I.
Precisely. I mean, and that's another thing that we do. I was trying to protect your feelings and emotions.
Now I'm talking about you. When you was trying to protect yourself, me, myself, and I, yourself. Because anybody would. You want to put your guard up for yourself first.
Right.
You know.
And that's pretty much what happened.
You take care of it or handle it or whatever.
Yeah, which I did. You know, and I'm good now. I'm a whole lot happier. This beat is one of the things that I did, man. I had to get this one, man. So you know,
super nice too, super dope.
Thank you. And there's a whole lot more after that one. So you know, you heard a few of them, but like I said, you know, I'm back to myself.
Were there any physical traits that you went through?
Sleeplessness.
Yeah.
Not eating.
Yeah.
And you know, I love to eat.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I got to the point, man, I'm staying up. I'm laying up in the bed. I'm looking at the damn ceiling looking at me.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, okay, I can't go to sleep. So I would get up, watch television. That didn't help because sometimes TV puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
That didn't help. So after that, I just got to the point to where I said, you know what, screw this, man. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and stay up. And I would just stay up for days on end, not shower. I'm sitting up there funky as hell.
He went over here. No, no, no. You going through something, but you wash your hands, okay? But now, seriously, that's how I've been since I've been home for this coping, baby. I be like, oh, let me know you coming over here, because it might be some days. I have not, especially if I'm not going nowhere.
Well, that's anybody, man. If you're not really doing too much of anything, you just sit up at the house, funky as hell.
The day don't went by, you be like, oh, I do it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you'll be sitting up, man. Because come on, as you can see, I haven't cut my hair.
I just been say, did you say some of your hair still coming out as well?
Yeah, it did. It did.
And he got such beautiful pattern of hair, so I'm like, no,
it did, man. It started coming out. It started coming out. It started coming out the back, and I knew what it was. It was some stress. I knew what it was, and so I'm like, oh shit. Okay, we gotta do something about this right here.
Right.
So, and that's what I did. So, like I said, I got to the point. Hey, did us some matching shirts? We got some on now.
Did,
yeah.
You probably can't read them, but it says.
Yeah. It says. I mean, if you read the shirts together, which I came up with this myself. It says nothing makes sense when we're apart.
Right.
You got to read the shirts together. So and that I came up with that when I was going through my little thing. Once I came out of it, I came up with that particular saying. I said, "Damn, nothing does make sense when we're apart.
Yeah.
When we're not together, man, don't shit make a damn bit of sense." So like I said, this is my rib right here. This is my baby right here. I love her to death. This is my heart right here.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I couldn't ask for a better person in my life.
He's my salt on his pepper.
There you go.
But honestly, though, did you make yourself come out the funk, or did you just give your time to come out it naturally? Or were you scared it might turn into an actual mental behavior, like a mental state behavior? What was your thinking process?
Well, I'm not going to mention his name. I had a cousin that was going through depression. And he killed himself because it got to the point to where he just couldn't take it anymore, whatever he was going through. Now, if you
didn't have that thought, did you?
Oh Lord, no, I didn't get to that level. So, and the thing of it is, nobody knew. It's the same deal with me. Nobody knew what he was going through.
Right.
Nobody knew what was going through his head. Nobody had talked to him, anything like that. We just, he was just going through whatever he was going through, and he felt that the only way that he could solve what he was going through was to take himself out. And I said to myself, I don't want to get to that level.
I was like, how many people would you hurt doing that?
Exactly. I thought about you, my mother, my sister.
Definitely your sister.
Oh man, yeah. My cousins. Everybody that you mentioned earlier. My partners.
Yeah.
Everybody. All those people I'll be hurting if I got to that level. So I said, I gotta get out of this.
Yeah.
I gotta solve this. And I solved it. Because the one thing that my mother doesn't want to do is put me in a pine box.
True. Because my dad always say no parent wants to bury their child.
Exactly my point.
And then because of something like that, I mean, not to say it's not important, but it's not like a sickness or an illness or like a homicide, God forbid.
Right.
But it was something that was unexplainable that she didn't even know you was going through.
Right,
so
exactly. And that was my main thing right there. I didn't want to put you through that, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I don't want to put the other people that we just mentioned through all of that. Because I'm quite sure my boy Leslie don't want to come all the way from Alabama to come to my damn funeral.
Definitely.
So that's why I got a grip on it.
Honestly, like I said, we've been together for a minute now.
Yep.
And they know, some people do know, we are tight. We got a nice little bond here.
Yeah.
If anything happened to you, I know you cannot tell me. I know your friend could be like, well, what happened? I'll be like,
exactly.
They could be thinking, she did it. Because I would think that. Let Kimberly call me right now and say, girl, Michael done. I'll be like, what you do? Because you're his wife. You see him and be with him every day.
Yeah.
And like you and I, we're close. We're in a relationship. We're engaged. We're looking for future plans together.
Right.
They know that you and I spend a lot of time together. First thing I'll be like, well, what happened?
Exactly.
He didn't tell you nothing? You didn't see nothing? I'm sitting there like, no.
You didn't know.
No, I didn't.
Right, exactly. And so, that was the thing that really was bugging the hell out of me. So, you know, because I didn't want anybody to think that you had done something.
Right.
You know. So, I mean, people that know us know better.
Right.
But, you know, it's always going to be those people that's going to say, what happened? Did you see anything?
Exactly.
Right.
How could you not?
How could you not see
exactly.
it? Y'all inseparable.
Right.
Because technically we are, y'all. I'm just being real with you. You know, you see one of us, trust me, the other man too far behind.
And that, you know, I should have known. I guess at that time I was just oblivious because it was the holidays. And I know I'm a little melancholy during the holidays because of my parents.
Right.
And when little things just didn't start adding up, I guess I just didn't notice it. But then I guess I didn't make a big deal out of it. You know, I just thought he was just dealing with work or he's busy. And then I started noticing, nice. Well, last time I seen, you know, he hadn't been over here as much, you know. But we will talk, you know, but I guess the not seeing each other as much and going out and doing things as much, you know, it started becoming apparent. I'm like, And then that's when you finally told me what was going on.
Right. So, well, like I said, you know, I had to get a grip on it, man. And, you know, that's the one thing that a lot of folks don't do is that they don't get a grip on it in time.
That's what I was just saying about before it gets to like where you sort of got to pop pills or go see someone. And,
and I don't want to get to that level.
I don't mind seeing a psychologist.
Right.
I think that's the best thing to you. If you know you can't deal with something, go talk to somebody.
Right.
If you think your family or friends are going to judge you, talk to somebody who don't know you.
Right. Yeah. Get an objective point of view. I can tell you that right now because that does help. Because I can tell everybody right now, family. I can tell everybody out here right now that after I talked to this lady over here, I felt a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
A whole lot better.
And in my defense, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, she really is. She really is.
Only time I would judge you if I felt like you had no rhyme or reason for doing something like cheating.
Yeah, that's something different.
You know, because you could have came to me and said, look, I just don't love you no more. She's maybe like 0.5% better than you, which, you know, I will still doubt. But, you know, to just be honest. But other than that, there's nothing in this world you cannot talk to me about.
Oh yeah, nothing. I know that now. So, you know, I'm you know, this is a judgment-free household. I know that. So, you know,
and I pride myself on that. I don't judge people at all.
As you know, I don't either. I try not to anyways. Put it like that. I try not to.
So if somebody come to me with an issue or having like a mental issue or stressing, anxiety, whatever, I'm gonna do my due diligence. If I don't understand it, like I did with you, if I don't understand, I'm gonna try to see what it is, talk to somebody and see if they can give me some pointers, but I'm gonna help you as much as I can.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, I'm a ride or die. Everybody know me, I'm a ride or die.
For real though, she really is. That's why I said she's a trooper. That's why I said earlier, she's a trooper. This lady is a trooper. So, you know, I couldn't ask for anything.
You was on the cusp.
I know it.
I know it.
I was on the edge.
You was like we said earlier, you was doing that
teeter-tottering on that man. I was right there.
That double dutching, but
I was right there.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad I'm over it.
Right.
You know, that's the one thing about it. I think my audience is glad I'm over it. So, you know, we're good, man.
Because a lot of people been asking, why y'all not doing the show? Y'all not gonna do the show? Like,
oh no, we're gonna do the show.
We are, but
we're gonna do the show.
At that time, I didn't know what to say because I didn't know what he was going through. So I'm like, yeah, we are, because I'm thinking he's just tired from work or things happened that we couldn't do it or something. But now we all know. And kudos to you for being brave.
Thank you.
Strong.
Thank you.
And to come forth and explain to everybody what's going on.
Yeah,
that takes a lot of moxie.
I feel like that. I felt like that I had to do that because I know that the listening audience, you know, they wanted to know what the heck was going on.
Right.
And I had to let them know. Right. So.
Because you could have said technical difficulty, we couldn't get on and left it at that.
Yeah, I could have said that, but you know, that wouldn't have been the truth.
Your
that would have been a lie.
speaks volumes about you, babe.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I don't want to sugarcoat anything from my audience, man. So, you know.
I would say you have never done anything before like that, so why start now?
Precisely. So, you know, I'm gonna give it to him no matter what. Yeah. So, but you know, in essence, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters out there, you know, if you're going through something like that, by all means, talk to somebody.
Definitely.
I mean, you know, talk to anybody. I mean, if you're afraid to be judged by your parents, if you have a pastor or a church home, talk to your pastor about it.
Find your psychologist, somebody who don't know you.
Find somebody that don't know you, man. Right. Just, you know, spill your guts to them if you need to do that. So, but in essence, man, just do your thing, man. Just
and be humble.
And be humble about the situation.
Be humble. They talked about Jesus. So if you scared somebody gonna talk about you, they gonna do it anyway.
Here's the thing about
good, bad, and indifferent.
Here's the thing about that.
Just get the help you need.
I've always said this about people talking about you. People are gonna talk about you regardless. No matter how good or bad you're doing, people are going to talk about you. Let them talk.
Let them talk.
Let them talk. People talk about me. I don't care.
Yeah.
They can talk about me till blue in the face. I've been getting talked about all my life. I'm good. Talk about me all you want to.
But in the words of Cat Wisdom, nobody ain't talking about you doing something wrong.
There you go.
So that's like my little life motto. Because I know I'm doing what to the best of my ability. I feel like I'm a good person to most.
Exactly. Exactly.
I can still work on it, but I try to be a good person to some, and I just feel like I do. At least I do know, and I'm hoping that you know too. You have some ride or daughters in your life that you can go to.
I know that. I know that.
And if you call them, I can wholeheartedly in my spirit assure you they coming.
Oh, no doubt.
Physically, emotionally, rationally, whatever you need.
Right. I know it.
All night thing, you want to cry, want to vent, whatever. I feel they're coming for you.
Oh, no doubt.
So don't ever feel like that you don't have that.
Oh, no, never again. Never again.
Just
I know better now.
Like your little people that I met in Oklahoma, the few people you introduced me to up here, I know you do.
Oh, yeah. And they're my partners right there. Yeah. And real quick, man, I just want to give a really, really quick shout out to my friend David in Idabel. He's his health. He's going through some things with his health, and I just want to say, brother, I gotta call you to see what's going on, and I will. I just haven't had time to call you, but I'm definitely going to call you. So you stay up, brother.
Reach out.
And definitely, man. So. And that's another thing I want to reiterate. If anybody knows of any family members that's going through either anxiety disorder or depression, reach out to them, man.
Yeah.
Reach out to them. Just tell them flat out, man, hey, I'm here. If you want to be a listening ear, then, come on, listen. Just talk. I would tell anybody that, because for the longest time, I was always the person that people would want to talk to. Because people that know me and been knowing me for a lot of years, knows that I'm not going to judge you, number one, and number two, I'm not going to offer any opinions.
I was going to give them sound advice.
Yeah, I'm not going to offer any opinions. I'm just going to tell you flat out. I'm and if you want me to tell you what you want to hear, I'm not going to do that. And that's the thing. I guess that's the reason why a lot of folks like talking to me about certain situations. Because I do just that.
And you know what's so funny? I've heard people that have that strength like you, they feel like they have nobody to talk to because they're always giving themselves to others.
Precisely.
They don't feel like they have
that's
someone
pretty
themselves.
much it, and that's pretty much it. And
I've heard that before.
That was it, and that was pretty much it right there.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it right there. You just hit it. You just summed it all up right there.
And kudos, I want to give kudos to my sister. My sister's like that. If you don't want to hear it, the real, don't call her.
For real, because she will give it to you, man. Cuss words and all.
Do not call, but when I tell you she's a friend beyond friend, she's my sister, but she is definitely my friend.
No doubt.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of us would say that Felicia, Gwen, whoever, all the other people she worked with still talk to her now. So kudos to her for being that one of the pillars in my life that I know if I call, she might not drive here, but she'll get here.
just some kind of way.
She'll get here.
Some kind of way.
By any means necessary.
For
she'll get here. So
that's being for real right there, man. That's being for real.
And you know that too. Just know that you do have, with me, ride or die.
I know that.
No matter what.
I know that.
Your parents, I know you don't want to worry them because they're older, but I'm pretty sure ride or die.
I know that, especially
and
mom.
And then your friends, you have someone, so don't ever feel like you don't.
Well, I know that now, but like I said, during that time when I was going through when I was going through that crap, when I was with the job and everything, I know that now.
Right. But I have heard some jobs out here. I've heard people say, I just couldn't take this job. And I used to be like, what are they talking about? And like I told you, when I first took my management position, where I work, it's an 8-level garage. I always parked on 8. As soon as I got out the building, I would cry on the elevator all the way down to 8. I would cry all the way in my car climbing up the 8th flight. I cry all the way home. I cry when I got home. I cried myself to sleep. So I can relate that way because it's like you want it. You went to school for it.
Yep.
You deserve it.
Yep.
But if you was pushed into it, if you weren't ready, you wouldn't know how to handle it.
And that's pretty much what happened to me. I mean, I was pushed into that job. I mean, next thing you know, I'm saying, I'm, you know, guess what? You got a promotion. I said, I didn't ask no damn promotion. Well, you're getting promoted anyway.
Yeah. I think they probably just gave it to you the wrong way.
That's pretty much.
They should have gave you time.
Yeah, they should have given me time to,
like, you know, let you follow him, shadow him, so you can see the days and out, like the ins and out of the day-to-day position.
Yeah, but
they kind of just thrust you into
and none of that
it.
happened. So you know that kind of like got to the point to where, okay, damn, this is some bullshit right here. So,
it's like I tell everybody, I love. Well, I'm more than I was more than a man, but I love. Don't take me wrong. I love being a manager, but in essence, to me, this is my opinion. A manager is an adult babysitter to grown folks.
You ain't lying.
And you're the bad news carrier for the upper management.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you're like stuck in limbo, like you gotta listen to everybody. I'm running late, my baby's sick, I'm not gonna come in. Can you do this for me? Steve won't send me my reports. Jason keeps hounding me about something that's not on me. That's the babysitter part. The upper management part, where you gotta go let Keisha, David, Tommy, and them go and bring in some temps to do their job. Does that make sense? While we bring in temps, we have people here who've been here. You know, you got to go and let people go during Christmas time and write people up because they feel like they need to be. It's real minute stuff that you feel like, really?
Yep.
But when you in that management position, somebody got to do it.
Yep.
And some people can. Some people can. And it took me a long time. I was like, I don't know, should I take this position? But I hung in there. Like I said, it was hard. It was hard, but I want to give you the foresight to recognize that I don't know, maybe I was changing, maybe I didn't know, but at least you recognize it and you caught it before it went to another level for you.
Right.
Yeah, so good job on your part for doing that, recognizing
because I did recognize that. Because you know, I'm sitting up here looking. You know, I was looking at myself in the mirror one time, and I'm like, who the hell is this person? You become a flat out asshole. You're not an asshole. Only you're an asshole when you're supposed to be an asshole. Not all the damn time. And that's what I was getting. And I was getting to that point. I didn't want to get to that point.
Right. Didn't you say one of the people that helped you, that thrust you in a position, said that they saw the change in you?
Yeah.
But didn't say nothing to you?
Didn't say shit.
Disrespectful. He thrust you in a position, but he should have been like, hey, are you okay? Never did that, huh?
Nobody did none of this shit.
Crazy.
I know it.
That's corporate America for you guys.
Yeah, it is, man. So, you know, if anybody's not ready for it, man, you know, I mean, you know, that's working for somebody else. And working for yourself, that's something completely different.
Definitely.
So, because like that way, if you work for yourself, you can make your own rules.
Right. You can holler at yourself.
Yeah, exactly. you know, it is what it is. Yeah. You know, I don't have a problem with being a boss if I own the company. I don't have no problems with that. That would not be a problem.
Right.
That way I can set my own narrative.
Right.
You know, I can decide who to fire and who to bring on. You know, I can do all of that.
Right.
Because I own it. You know, it's mine. You know, I'm the one that makes the rules. I'm the one that, you know, that controls that particular destiny. But when you're working for someone else, we got to abide by their rules.
Chain of command.
Yeah, chain of command. That's exactly it. Yep. And I guess that was my biggest problem. That's one of my problems. I don't mind if you're working for someone else, you have to do what they say. Mm-hmm. That's a given. Yep. Okay, that's anybody. If you have a job anywhere, you have to do what you're told.
You can't go in there
do.
telling people, I am not going to do that.
You can't. You can't
do that.
You can't do that.
You have to do that.
You have to do that. That's your job.
That is your
That's
obligation.
Your job. That's your job.
That's
exactly.
your title.
That's your job.
So you can't go in there and tell people what you can and cannot, what you won't do.
Exactly.
Like,
you can't
what?
do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I mean,
which is the hard part.
Yeah, that's
like I said,
part.
some of them people, you know, they're doing their best and
right.
They just feel like they're not cutting it. Let them go. You be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta let this person go now. Yeah. Really, this don't make no sense.
So how many people did you have to let go?
7.
Wow, that's
total.
Crazy.
7 total. And like I said, one of now out of those 7, I would have to say maybe 3 of them deserve to be let go. I didn't have no problems with letting them go.
Right.
Okay, they deserve to be let go.
Right.
But the ones that didn't deserve to be let go,
that's what hurts.
That's where I had the problem.
That's what hurts. Yeah.
So I'm like, and that's what got to me.
Right.
Especially that last one I had to let go, man, because he was a damn good technician.
Wow.
He was a damn good technician. And they let him go because they effed up the budget and they couldn't pay him.
Yeah, that's why I said this time of year, the end of the year, the first of the year, they got to go to revamp and forecast financially. And those positions and those departments get smaller and smaller.
Right.
And they normally, I'm not trying to tell the secrets of corporate America because I worked in it, the big dollar hitters, the ones that they take a hit.
Exactly.
They take a hit.
Exactly.
Regardless of your worth ethic, regardless of your tenure, if they trying to balance that forecast budget.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened because this dude,
they gotta let him go.
This dude came to work on time. I mean, he was only late, 3 times that I noticed.
Wow.
And he wasn't even really that late. Just 2 or 3 minutes.
Wow.
And when you're in the IT field, you don't really consider somebody late unless they're going to be on the phones all the time.
Right.
And we didn't really care about him being 2 or 3 minutes late because I done been 2 or 3 minutes late several times. That's just the way it is because I'm coming from a long way away, so I got to deal with traffic.
Right.
They don't really say anything. Now if I'm like an hour late, they looking at Reggie was an hour late. But I ain't never been that late. I'm just saying. But
obviously, they must have thought I was a good employee because 2 or 3 minutes. Let's try 30, 45 minutes.
Shit, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
I just try to slide in there like I've been there the whole time.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, that's kind of my point right there. But I mean, if you're late, like I said, late.
If you do your job,
as long as you do your job, he did his job, man. He did his job, and I hated to let him go, but because, like I said, somebody screwed up the budget, and so we couldn't keep him. I said, man, come on, this is one of the best techs we got. We got to let him go.
So all those open positions, are they filled with temps, right?
Yep. That's exactly
and that's
it.
why I said that's the only thing I don't understand about upper management.
That's exactly
why
it.
Take good people who know the system, who been here for a long time, bring in some people who just started that might mess up the system. You
gotta train them.
I don't understand that.
You gotta train them, show you how you do things and all that stuff. Where you got somebody that's already here, knows exactly what to do, been doing it, doing a good job of it. To let him go and bring somebody in that don't know jack shit about your infrastructure.
I always say, like, if I had my own business and if I hit a loophole in my business, I'd be like, okay, right now we didn't do as well as we did the previous year financially. I would bring my employee in. I'd be like, I know by law the first of the year you're supposed to get a cost of living raise.
Right.
But I'm not able. Just explain to them what's going on. If you just explain to that person might be like, okay, no problem. Because in reality, in this culture that we're in, and some people are still thankful to have a job, first and foremost.
No doubt.
They don't want to go out there looking for another job.
No.
But if you be honest with them and say, hey, I can't give you that cost of living, or I can't give you that upgrade, review, compensation, give me 6 months, give me 9 months, something. I'll make it up on the back end. I'll give you a bonus at the end, something. Just let the employee know what's going on.
Yeah.
Firing them and they know they've been giving they all. It's asinine to me.
That's.
I just feel like that's the most uncouth thing to do.
And and like I said, that's pretty much where I had my issues at.
Yeah.
You don't let good people go.
And it's a bad feeling.
Yeah, it's a real bad feeling. That's what really got to me right there. That was the one. That last one that I fired was the one that pushed me over the edge.
That hit home for you.
Yeah, exactly. Because that could have been me.
What'd you say? That's it.
That could have been me. Cause I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, that could have been me.
Cause you feel like if they do that to some person, like somebody like that, 10 year, good employee, always on time, can count on, what they gonna do to me?
Exactly.
So it makes you think.
That's exactly it. And so I was like, damn, that could have been me.
Right.
And it could have been. I could have been that technician that they had to let go because they screwed up the budget. That could have been me.
Could have been you.
I'm like, man, nah, this ain't cool. So,
Well, kudos to you, like I said, and then you got back out there and found a job real quick.
Man, yeah.
Knock.
I had, here's the thing.
I was like, when you said that, I was like,
here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. I had, I tell you 3 job offers? Back to back to back? Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you where they were. I'm not gonna tell you. Well, you know where they were.
I know where they are.
But to listen to the audience. But I had 3. Right after I got right after I quit, I would put myself back out there, and in about a week, week and a half, I had 3 job offers.
Right.
Which was, And it's just a matter of me picking which one I like the best.
So it's like you quit on a Monday, was working by Thursday or
there
something?
There you go. Something like that. Something like that. A week and a half, I was like, hey, man, you know, that is, you know, and one job had been trying to get me to come on with them since day one.
Wow.
And so, you know which one that was.
Yeah.
So, you know, they, you know, like I said, it's just a matter of me picking which one I like the best.
Right. Well, that's good. You had that in your corner pocket like that.
Yeah.
Because some people, they stay on a job because they didn't have any options.
They had, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
But I appreciate your honesty. Like I said, let's not let that happen again.
Oh, no.
But,
no. I got some ammunition.
You know what, honestly?
I got some ammunition now. So
I didn't understand it. In the essence, I'm glad we did experience, so now I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now you know how I will react to any kind of
it's best to get that out the way now.
Insurrection that we go through.
Yeah, it's best to get that out the way now. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm like I said, I'm grateful for you. Yeah. I'm grateful for you.
Because I was wondering, because the first thing I asked him, no, would you have done this if we were married?
She did. That's what she said, y'all. That's exactly what she said.
And like I said, I mean, technically we are married. We just live in two different places.
That's exactly what she said. Family.
I mean, you know, I was a little guilty. I made about me a little bit. I apologize, but you know, that's the first thing crossed my mind.
But that's okay though. That's okay though. I mean, because you know, because I've always said this, and I continue to say this. Mm-hmm. What I do, either directly or indirectly, affects you as well.
Yes, sir.
Just like what you do, either directly or indirectly affects me.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I go out there looking tore up on the floor, the first thing that somebody gonna say is, "Damn, boy." They're gonna come calling her up on the phone. Michelle, I just saw Reggie. He looked like shit.
Are y'all okay?
Yeah, that's the first thing they're gonna start saying.
Something?
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, y'all done fell off.
Y'all done fell off. No.
No, he fell off.
Yeah.
Shell good.
Yeah.
Mimi's good.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that.
Not to take it personal, but no, he fell off.
And I've always said that, you know, whatever we do when the other is not around affects the other person as well.
That's right.
So it always does, either directly or indirectly, one of the two.
That's right.
So
it's a domino effect.
Yeah, it's a domino effect, man. Right. You know, it's like I call it the butterfly effect. When the butterfly flaps its wings, it eventually turns into a big hurricane or a big tidal wave. So, you know, but that's the way it is. You know, it sends waves. Like it sends waves and ripples.
Yeah.
And so that it affected us both.
It did.
In a negative way. But we're back on track now. Family. We good. So, you know, don't start thinking bad shit. Everything takes time, yeah. It takes time, man. It takes time to do things. Yeah. But, you know, that goes without saying.
But what I will ask, though, this is me. Keep us lifted up in prayer. Keep us all lifted up in prayer, because right now someone could be listening to this, experiencing the same thing.
Right.
And never knew an avenue to go through or different things to say. But everybody's going through something, good, bad, and different.
But, you know, like I said, you know,
financial, family.
Right. It could be anything. It
never
be anything.
Know. Yeah.
Because it's different things that people go through, and once they start going through those things, they gotta react to it in a certain way. Now, like I said, with me, I consider myself lucky, and the reason why I consider myself lucky is because of the fact that it didn't get to the point to where I wanted to take myself out.
Right, absolutely. That's what I just been saying.
So,
no knock on you, but you was able to, you know, overcome it.
Right.
And it became to wear on you.
Yep.
Some people go through things that you can never tell because they word so well.
There you go.
And I can attest to that. I've gone through some things, especially in 2020. When like I said, I always talk about this. Lost my parents, lost best friends, grandparents, other family members. But I felt my motto was, even though I'm hurting and I'm literally dying on the inside, I gotta make up this face. Do this hair, put in these clothes, forge ahead. But maybe if I would have took the time to just stop and meditate, do re mi que cure, you know, anything, sage, whatever, maybe I would have handled it a little bit better. But you know, we all got to experience things in different ways. But I would say for you, I appreciate you, and that you was able to, like I said, recognize it, fix it yourself, which I still don't agree with, but you did it.
Yeah.
And now you coming down the hill. You know, you coming back up.
Yeah.
You coming back up. So
Precisely.
good
That's,
for you, babe.
And that's what it's all about, man. You know, because like I said, you know, I couldn't, like I said earlier, I could have done it without the best cheerleader in my corner right here, man. You know.
So what would have happened if I didn't if I just one of them women be like, man, I'm out, and I would have just left? Would that have made you just like bounce back? Would you have cared or just forged on?
I really can't say.
Yeah.
I really can't say. So I don't know.
You can't say. Wait a minute. I'm just saying what you mean you can't say.
I really can't say it because I really don't know how I would have reacted. You know, I mean that was. I did think about that.
That's a good question, though.
I did think about that though, but you know, but on the other side of the coin, I was like, well, I know her, so I don't think she'd leave me hanging like that. And that's why.
But you knew you had a lot of making up to do, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
just keep it 100 right now.
I know.
Just can't come back in here and just be like, la 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 la. I've been out there. Okay, I'm good. No.
I know that. I know. Yeah, I know.
But we good now, y'all.
We straight.
We going strong. Like I said, everything takes time. And everything done in moderation.
Yeah, precisely.
But at least we do know.
Yeah, we move on, man. But you know, like I said, you know, if you know somebody that's going through anything, reach out to them. You know, they could be going through something physical, mental, emotional, financial,
health,
you know, right. Health issues, anything, man. You know, just reach out to them and, you know, you don't have to say anything to them. Just reach out to them and say, hey, how you doing?
Where's my phone? This is what I did today. Just speaking of today. Today is Valentine's Day, as you guys know. And I have a friend they're separated. And her and her husband separated for a while. And I just simply sent her a Valentine. It says, Happy Galentine. If you don't know what Galentine means, it means gal pal. Happy Galentine's Day. Okay. Enjoy your day. She came back and said, thank goodness someone thought of me.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Working from home tomorrow.
Who's that? Oh, wow.
My boss.
Wow. It's probably 14 degrees tomorrow?
Yep. It's okay to work tomorrow.
So she just said, thank goodness someone thought of me. And that touched me. She said, thank you for thinking about me. I love you so much. And I just came back and said, you're the best love of them all, you know? So I don't want nobody to think. I mean, I didn't know what she was going through for her to even say, thank you for thinking about me. You never know if you just pick up the phone and call somebody, shoot somebody a quick text. You never know.
Like I said, man, you just reach out. That's all you gotta do is reach out. It could be any form. Reach out in any way that you possibly can, man.
Yes,
I mean, you know, reach out to them, call them on the phone, text message, send them a letter.
Some people don't know how to accept that, though. My sister said it a lot. Like, she's good about that, especially when she's gone through what she's gone through with her health and things like that.
Right.
She does that a lot. And sometimes I used to be like, what? You know, but I truly appreciate her for doing that. And like when I drop her off, she always call, make sure I made it home okay.
Yeah.
But she do reach out to other people and just say, hey, how you doing? You doing okay? Haven't heard from you. But then she sometimes get offended that when she do, they be like, I'm all right. What's wrong? She be like, I'm just calling, make sure you straight.
Right.
Like I said, some people can receive it and be like, oh, I'm good. Thank you for thinking about me. And then some people just never had it before and just take it like a negative thing. So let's not try to think it. Some people honestly are genuinely wants to know, how you doing?
Right.
How are you doing?
Right. There's lots of people out there that want to know how another individual is doing.
Absolutely.
I mean, because I used to, back when I was living in Oklahoma City, but I had an apartment that was this old lady. I mean, the reason why I was so, I guess, so hands-on with her, for lack of a better term, is because she reminded me of my grandmother. Mm-hmm. And so whenever she was out and about, I would, you know, if I'm going to the store, I knock on the door, hey, Miss Jenkins, you need anything from the store? No, baby, I'm good, but thank you for asking. You know, and I'd see her struggling to take out her trash. I said, let me get that, Miss Jenkins. I'll take your trash out for you. And said, oh, thanks, baby. You know, I can't do it like I used to no more, so don't worry about it. I got you.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, and that old lady, she was the nicest old lady in the world. She tried to set me up with her daughter, but
Oh, okay, Miss Jenkins. Now don't let me. I'm looking for you now, Miss Jenkins.
but she but I don't know. It's all serious, man. She was a really nice old lady.
Well, that could be a test to you too. Your upbringing, your mannerism. Your grandfather taught you helping hand, but especially your elders, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I used to have a neighbor. This is before you moved over here, but her name was Miss. Oh, you heard me talk to her, Miss Misty.
Yeah.
And Miss Misty adopted me as her goddaughter. And when I tell you, when my mom died, that lady took me under her wing. She fed me. She would say, "Come on down here and talk," because she couldn't climb the stairs. So I go down to her house.
Right.
I'd be down that lady's house 2 or 3 hours.
Yep.
And I appreciate her. I truly appreciate her for doing that.
Right.
So half the time I'd be up here and I couldn't sleep.
Right.
But I guess I don't know if she sensed it or not, but just her comforting me, letting me know that it's gonna be okay, helped me. And
right.
I met that lady when I moved. I never knew her before I moved over here. And to this day, her and I still speak.
And that's what's up.
To this day, we still speak.
And that's what's
so you
up.
never, like I said, just one little kind word. Just what is it? How you doing? 3 little simple words. You don't know what that might manifest to somebody that day.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, you never know, because what people don't understand, and this is the one thing that a lot of folks don't really get. And I had always said I was never going to do a show like this, but since we're on the subject, let's go ahead and get at it. A kind word goes a long way.
Oh my God, say it again.
I'm going to say it again for the hearing impaired.
Yes, sir.
A kind word goes a long way. It really does. You never know what that kind word can do to a person, because somebody can be having a terrible day. You don't know. A kind word, just tell them, "Hey man, you good?" Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll give you a prime example. Friend of mine that I used to work with, named Tad. Tad's wife has cancer. His wife had a real bad sick bout. Tad was out for 2 weeks because he was tending to his wife. Now, me and Tad have always had kind of a friendship type of thing going on. That's my dude. I can call Tad right now, and I can talk to Tad all damn night.
Right.
You know, and for those of you who don't know, Tad's a white dude. I don't care. Shit, that's my partner.
Exactly.
That's my partner.
Definitely.
So, and I remember when Tad was going through that shit with his wife, and I'm like, "Yo, Tad, you good, man? How's the wife doing?" "Oh, she's doing better." Nobody had said anything to Tad. I was the only person to come to Tad and say, "Man, what's up with your wife?"
They're more concerned about her.
Yeah.
And not him, yeah.
Right, precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's like, and after our shift was over, he came over to me, man, tears in his eyes. Thank you for asking about my wife.
Wow.
I said, "Brother, you my man. You my dude." Wow. I would expect you to do the same thing for me if it was the deal. So, like I said, when I tell you that me and Tad are friends, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're friends.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
A kind word.
Yeah, Tad's my dude. So shout out to Tad. I'm going to give him a link to this show. Yeah, shout out to Tad.
Definitely. Well, you done freed your spirit now.
Hey man, hey.
You feel better?
I feel a whole hell of a lot better, y'all. I needed this.
Yeah.
I really did.
I did too. I was a little, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little apprehensive.
Of course.
Sometimes when you open up yourself and be vulnerable like that, again, people assume. So by you going out there telling it yourself, no assumptions needed.
There you go, because it's coming straight from the horse's mouth.
No assumptions needed. And everything we're saying, we're not putting on for anyone.
No.
Everything is coming straight from the soul, the spirit, and the heart.
For real. That's just it.
Everything I said is true. Believe me, everything he's saying is true.
For sure.
So if you have any questions, don't get on the phone and talk to each other. Call us. We'll have no problem telling you.
I would damn sure tell you.
Explain to you. If you need some help, I'll help you. I'll talk to you.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah, that goes out for anybody, man.
Definitely.
Because like I said, we have had to tell people several times over that this show ain't fake.
No. This show has really been an enlightenment in my life, really. Because it's just opened my eyes to different avenues, opened my eyes to this world. Because for a while, I was in my own little bubble, going day to day. But
yeah, you met a couple of my homies from back in the day. Yep.
and just make you expand your horizon and make you want to just live life to the fullest. But every now and then you get that monkey wrench thrown in your plans.
That's always going to happen, you know, and
but you
nothing you
just
can do
gotta
about
know
that.
how to jiggle it loose, I guess.
Well, see, the one thing I've learned, you know, from me going through this little ordeal is that everything in your life that's thrown at you, there's some things you can control, some things you can't control.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about the shit that you can't control.
Absolutely.
Worry about the shit that you can control.
Absolutely.
And so, I guess that was the main lesson that I learned right there. Don't worry about shit you can't control.
Yep.
Because you can't do anything about it. You can't
Nothing
control
at
it.
all. You think you can.
You think you can, but trust me, you can't.
cannot. No.
So, and that was my biggest problem. So, you know, I was worrying about shit that I couldn't control.
Right.
I can't control it. Shit, I can't control it, so what's the point?
And you know, this is personally me. Some people know I'm a big component on faith, and
Yes,
I am
she
a
is.
big component on prayer.
Yes, she is.
I got an old bad leg right now, well, knee. But when I tell you I hit that floor, or sometimes I just lay in bed, close my eyes, I pray.
She does.
And I just say, God, you didn't bring me this far to leave me now.
No.
And when
Say
I
that.
tell you, I'm a living testimony to that
She
statement.
really is.
And I
She really
believe
is.
in that. If you have an issue, and if you don't think that you can't talk to nobody else, look up. Close your eyes.
Now, everybody
Pray.
Now,
Just pray.
everybody that knows me knows that, you know, how I feel about organized religions and all that stuff. But I can honestly tell you that if you are a spiritual person, whatever God you pray to, whether it's your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, whether it's Allah or Yahweh,
Buddha.
whatever, Buddha, whoever, if you have that spiritual, if you have that spiritual person that you worship, talk to that spiritual person.
Absolutely.
Talk to him. Cry to him. You know.
Yell out, scream out.
Do whatever.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Absolutely.
That's just what you have. If that's what you have to do to make yourself feel better.
Yes, sir.
Do that shit.
And when I tell you, once you're done, it's like a burden. It's been lifted.
Come on.
And you be thinking, how I'm gonna pay this bill? How I'm gonna eat? How I'm gonna do this? And then all of a sudden you be like, thank you, Lord. This is my favorite. I always say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus.
She
you
does.
know? So I'm like,
She does.
like you said, whoever you pray to,
Whoever you pray to, man.
just thank him.
Yeah, just this.
Don't go to him. Everybody have problems.
Yeah, we all go through stuff. I mean, you know,
Just
that's
say,
the one
Lord,
thing
it's
that I've
what's it
learned.
called? I'm going through a storm right now, Lord,
Right.
but I know you got me.
Right.
You my umbrella, my shelter, and my shield, you know? So
Yeah,
let
say
me
that.
stop before I start preaching up in here. Because when I'm telling you, a testimony is sitting right here. That's why I said, whoever you pray to, whatever, nothing's wrong with praying. And I know this might be for another, I was going to talk to you about this too. Praying and psychology. Could those be two components for mental health? We can do a show on that.
Those can help.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now because
But do one outweigh the other?
not necessarily.
Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, they're about the same because they both have the same goal in mind.
But one is just like a physical person
One is
that you
one's
talk
a
to,
physical and one's a
one's
spiritual.
a spiritual being.
Right, exactly. So, you know, yeah, that's just all there's to it.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that on a whole
Yeah, I think
different
we
show.
need to talk about that because mental health is running rampant right now.
Mental
people.
health amongst black people. We were going to do a show about that a while back. We got sidetracked.
Yeah,
So we're definitely going to do a show about that
right.
because
we need to. It is so prevalent.
right,
now.
exactly, man. Mental health in the black community. A lot of times a lot of black people don't like talking about it.
Right.
Just like, you know, with my particular situation, you know, I would really consider I wouldn't really consider that a mental thing. It's more emotional than anything.
But it could have led to.
It could have led to mental.
Exactly.
It could have led to mental if I hadn't got a
Exactly.
grip on it. But it didn't. Thank God.
Dang,
So you know,
Lord.
but really though, I mean, and if it had gotten to the mental, there's no telling what could have happened.
You
know,
could have been so far gone. None of us could have saved
there you go. Nobody could have saved me,
Nobody
man.
could have saved me.
So, but I'm glad that I got a grip on it. You know, I'm glad I got this lady to my right. You know, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. I'm not gonna talk no more about it because I talked to death. But really, that is going to be a good subject.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, a lot of black people don't like to talk about that. It's it's a very touchy subject.
It's a sensitive subject. Yeah.
It's a very sensitive subject.
Because you really don't know what's mental health. People just trying to get over. I mean, it's a
right. Exactly. That's
you
just
don't
pretty
really know
much it.
these days.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're back.
We're back, y'all. We're back.
So,
in the words of Boosie Collins, we're back, baby.
That's right.
So but yeah, this was very therapeutic.
It was
for myself. It really was, man. I had to do it. I had
proud
to
of you, babe.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Did you ever have any anxiety about speaking today?
No, I really didn't.
That's how you know it's straight from here and here.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have any anxiety. I didn't have any anxiety whatsoever because I knew it needed to be said.
Yeah.
So, and for everybody that listens to this playback when I post it, I hope it helps you.
Absolutely.
Because that's what this show is about. It's about
when we
helping.
say we're here, we're serious. If you have our personal numbers, or if you want to reach out to the show somehow, we're here.
Yeah, because eventually I'm gonna set up an email for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna set up an email for it. So if anybody has any questions or show suggestions,
right?
As long as it ain't about entertainment or celebrity gossip or relationships. Those are my only limitations, y'all. I mean, I don't like talking about celebrity gossip. I
want to say something so bad, but I know how you feel about that. Because Cardi B, I'm just say this one little thing. Cardi B got ragged today, yesterday, because she felt like Valentine's Day is for women, and that if a woman do get something for a man, it shouldn't be a grand gesture as a man does for a woman. So, with that being said, she said, like, if a man buy a woman flowers, she should buy the man some grass. Now, I don't know if she mean marijuana or she just mean like a patch of grass. So with me being me, he gave me this beautiful gift for Valentine's Day. He cooked me this delicious dinner. I bought him a bag of jelly beans.
Right.
Question being, because I know he loved jelly beans.
Exactly.
Now, some people be like, he did all that and she got him some jelly beans.
Now,
I got him something he wanted.
Now,
he loved.
Now, see, and let me explain that real quick. This lady, I can honestly tell you about this lady right here. She has gotten to know me when we first started dating. She got to know me more in 6 months than people did my whole entire life. And number one, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'll go ahead and put it out there now. I was a little bit apprehensive when that happened, and I thought about that for a second because I'm getting to it. Now, I was kind of apprehensive a little bit, but and this happens to me a lot. Now, people might think I'm crazy, whatever. I really don't give a shit what nobody think about me, but I don't care. I was laying in bed, and I was sleeping, and my grandmother visited me in my dream, and she said, "I know you're scared. That woman good. That woman's good people." And that's what she said. And I said, "Okay, Grandma, you know what you're talking about. So, all right, then, cool."
You was scared at me.
I was a little bit apprehensive, just a little bit. I was a little bit apprehensive because, like I said, she had gotten to know me in 6 months more than most people have gotten to knew about me in years, in the 40 plus years that I've been living.
Wow.
Including family members. The only person that knows me better than her, I'll take that back, there's two people that know me better than she does. One of them is my mother, the other one is my ex-wife. Those are the only two people that know me better than she does. And she's inching up on my ex-wife right now, I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, she had more years than me. So.
Yeah, but still. but really though, she has gotten to know me. I mean, she can look at me and tell when I'm not in a good mood. I mean, she can just look at him and say, "Uh-oh, he's not in a good mood."
Oh, that's snapping. I don't do that snapping now.
Or she can look at me and say, "Okay, something's wrong with him." And she can, and that's scary as hell. That was scary as hell to me. I appreciate it now, but back then when we first started dating, that was kind of scary. But but like I said, after I talked to my grandmother, You know, she was like, don't worry about that boy. Shit, she good people. But she didn't say shit. But, you know, still, she said, don't worry about that boy. She good people. So, you know, I was kind of cool with that after that. But like I said, man, you know, she is really, really, really good for me. I can honestly tell you that. I mean, my mother even said that. So if my mama can see it, come on now. Yeah.
Mama knows.
Yeah, mama knows, man. I'll be the first to tell anybody. My mother knows. And, you know, she knows my mother. She knows my stepdad.
You know, we didn't touch on that. Did you tell your family what was going on with you? Because some people, like you said, some people think maybe their friends would judge them, or even their family members. So was that one of the reasons why you didn't tell your family?
Well, the main reason why I didn't really tell my family was part of the reason why I didn't tell you. I don't want them to worry.
Worry.
Yeah, that was the only thing about that.
Big word, worry. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, you know, I didn't want them to start thinking, you know, because if I would have told mom what was going on, she would have been on the first thing smoking to Dallas.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
And
trying to come up like our mothers do, try to come up here and fix it.
Fix it for. Fix it.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that would, you know, I mean, not to say that she wouldn't have been able to, but
she would have did everything in her powers, John.
Exactly, she would have done everything.
That's what me and Ethel just had this conversation. That's a mother's love.
That's a black mama's love.
Especially about them boys.
Oh, that's a black mother's love. That's a black mother's love, because let me give everybody that don't know, all the non-black people out here that might check this show out just to be curious. Let me give you a little bit of let me school you a little bit on black mothers, okay? And this lady to my right can attest to this. Mm-hmm. Black mothers adore their sons.
Oh my God. Hallelujah. Yes.
Let me say that again. Let me say that again.
Yes, they do.
Black mothers adore their sons.
I had one and she adored my brother. Man.
And there you go.
Jeez.
And the reason why that is, back during the slavery days, if the black mother had a son, they would try to keep their son close to them at all times, because that son would more likely than not get sold off to another plantation. Yeah. They didn't want their son to be they didn't want to let their son go, so they kept him as close to him as they possibly could.
Oh wow.
And so that their sons wouldn't want to be sold off, or so the master wouldn't sell them off. But if the master was a greedy bastard, they would sell them off anyway.
And that's probably like the start of the splitting of the family.
And that happened quite a bit during slavery. So that's the reason why that black mothers now adore their sons, and they try to keep their sons close to them at all times.
Yes, they do.
Because of that fact. So with my mother, well, she's talked to my mom, so she knows she knows for a fact, you know, how my mother feels about my little yellow behind.
Definitely.
So, you know, with that said, you know, I know that if I would have told my mother anything that was going on, even if she would have had to walk.
I would say, what's that old saying? She would have been the first thing smoking.
The first thing smoking.
Are you going to Dallas, Texas? I need to catch a ride.
I need to catch a ride, you know, because my son is in dire need.
I need to get to my baby.
There you go. That's exactly it.
That's what they say. I got to get to my baby.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So, you know, that's the reason why I didn't tell my mom.
That's understandable.
So, you know.
Especially being so far away.
Right.
She can't really touch you like she wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Now some of us be called mama. Thanks God, my mama be like, girl.
So yeah.
And then my dad just be like, come straight to the cuff. You built for it. Like my dad, he was soft with me, but he was hard with Ella, but then he'll be soft with both of us. And that's probably why I'm like I'm softening a lot since I've been with you. I still have my little, but I'm real soft, because, you know, you ask anybody, what did Pat and Glenn tell you when you first met me? You know,
the first thing that, you know, I can honestly tell you this, when I first met Pat and Glenn, you know, we shout out to them two brothers. When I first met Pat and Glenn, the first thing they said was, you must be real special, because she don't bring nobody around here.
And then to hang around this long?
Oh, really, man? We're going on 3 years now?
It's been over 3 years. Maybe 3 years February.
Sure will, man.
January, yeah.
Yeah, 3 years.
So it's like, but my dad built me and my sister that way. You know, we just built to be like, you got me here if you just can't do it, but see what you can do on your own first. And over the years, I've softened it. Like, I try to fix it, and I try to be that okay, I got this. Like, a lot of people call me Olivia Pope because they will come to me and be like, can you blah, blah, blah? And I try, like today, my brother, you know, and I went into fix-it mode, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's just how I am. But then it comes a time when Olivia Pope needs some hope. And then I just go to those people and I be like,
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
I need
right.
this, I need that. But
you're absolutely right. So
family is everything, guys.
Yeah. Family is a big deal. We're gonna do another family show too, because I think people really like those. I mean, they like the one that they had Marvin on.
Well, that's another thing too. Will you ever tell them what you went through, even though you fixed it now?
Yeah, I will.
You will? Really?
I will tell them.
Wow.
I tell Mom, you know, because. You know, like I said, my stepdad, he'll probably be up here too. So shit, both
definitely.
of them will.
But I wonder what she'll say. I wonder would she be like me, like offended at first, but then come around to understanding.
Well, Mom, the one thing I can say about, like I said, the only person that knows me better than you, knows me better than you do is my mother.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like at first I got offended.
Yeah.
And I sort of said, oh, you know what? It's not about me.
But you know, but like I said, my mother, more likely than not, she would have been like, "Are you okay now?"
Right.
And then once she found out that I was okay, then she probably fussed a little bit, saying, "You should have said something."
That's what I said.
So you know, I mean, you know, but that goes without saying. Mama's gonna fuss no matter what.
Definitely.
I mean, that Mama wouldn't be Mom if she didn't fuss a little bit.
That's
so
right.
you know, but you know, I look at it like this, and I'm gonna tell this to the fellas out there. This is the only relationship advice I'm going to ever give you on this show. Okay. If your woman does not fuss at you a little bit, she don't give a shit.
Say it again for the people in the back, the corners, and outside.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it too. I'm gonna say it again. If your woman don't fuss at you a little bit, she don't give a shit. Okay. All right. That's the only relationship advice I'm gonna give you on this damn show. So as long as she's fussing, let her fuss.
And there is a difference between fussing and nagging.
Thank you. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. See, a nag is gonna tell you what you ain't doing.
Right.
All the goddamn time. That's nagging.
Right.
You need to be doing this. You ain't doing that. No. That's not fussing. That's nagging.
No, not at all.
Fussing is what she did to me. Well, how come you didn't say something? You know, I could have been there for, you know, that's fussing.
Encouraging.
You know, well, fussing, encouraging, however you want to call it. Right. But anyway, still, that's fussing. So if your woman don't fuss at you a little bit, fellas, she don't give a damn.
That's right.
She don't care.
You know, and sometimes, you know, you make it personal. Cause when you going through, I'm going through, how they gonna make me look, you know?
Right.
So sometimes you gotta take it personal. Like I said, there's no I in team.
No, it ain't.
And if we're a team, you hurt, I hurt.
There you go, and that's the way it is.
You cry, I cry. So
and that's the way it is, and that's the way it is.
That's how I look at it.
And that's the way it is.
And so, with that being said, I salute you, my friend.
Thank you.
My lover.
Yes, indeed, baby.
My hopes, my dreams, my future.
There you go. All that.
And we good.
Yeah, we all good now.
All I can say is one day, one step at a time.
There you go. That's it.
As long as you good, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I am straight.
Right.
I'm all right. So, well, I guess, damn, we've been on for 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow. With no call-ins, we did that by ourselves?
No call-ins.
Jesus, we normally have our Coco hosts call in.
Yeah.
Give us their synopsis on things, but
yeah.
I kind of figured because we had a lot to catch up on, and plus I wanted to make sure you expounded on what's been going on and let people get a clear understanding. Maybe we did probably been redundant on a lot of things, but we want to make sure everybody has a clear understanding.
Right.
And if, again, I'm going to say this again, if you need to talk to someone, please do.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
I'm going to tell people out there right now, man, you know, it's like she said, man, you know, talk to somebody, and, you know, the people that you know for a fact is going through anything, reach out to them.
Definitely.
Because, like I said before, a kind word goes a long way.
Definitely.
It really does. So
now we got to think of a topic for next Sunday.
Oh, I'm quite sure something will come up.
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to think now. We got
something gonna come
25, so it'll be 26.
It'll be show 26.
Yeah. Because I often wonder, I said, we gonna have a lot to talk about these days since Trump gone, but Trump hanging in there.
Well, you know, here's the thing about it. You know, everything that we talk about ain't necessarily got to be about Trump.
But like, for 2020, it was mostly about Trump.
Because he was acting a fool.
He was mostly, and even now, 2021, these last couple of weeks been about Trump.
He's still acting a fool.
He's still hanging in there. Trump like that. What's that cat on Flintstones? I'm not ready to go yet. So. But like I said, 2021 is among us. We're, what did I say earlier? 45 days in?
Yeah, we're 45 days in.
Let's
so, you know, and
keep going and see how it goes.
Right. I mean, that's all we can do at this point.
Right.
I mean, just keep it
and we will keep expanding and telling you about it.
No doubt about it.
On Melanated Thoughts.
Come on now. We're gonna talk about every damn thing that's happening out here.
Definitely.
But, you know, like I said, if it affects black people, we're gonna talk about it.
Definitely.
Cause we need to know that shit.
Right.
So, you know.
But remember, guys, subscribe,
hit the like button, you know, so that way you'll, you know,
tell a friend,
and tell everybody. Because the audience, you know, back before, you know, the little hiatus was growing, man.
It was.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, you know, definitely get that, man. You know, let the audience grow, because we want everybody to hear what we have to say.
Right.
And like I said, the show.
And again, these are Melanated Thoughts.
These are our thoughts, man.
We're not trying to convince nobody.
No, not at all.
Just giving you a different avenue and no different way to think of things.
There you go.
And maybe you'll learn something you hadn't heard or read before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the show is about, man. To enlighten and teach.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, that's what we do.
Definitely.
That's what we do. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up.
All right now.
So anyway, same black time, same black channel. Next week, we'll come up with a subject. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but we'll think of something. It's gonna be a good one.
We always say that, but then we come up with a fire.
Oh my God, man, we come up with some
25 shows, and it's been some good ones.
It's been some good ones, man.
Very good, enlightening ones, man.
And since this one is pre-recorded, because we're having some, like I said earlier, you know, here in Dallas, we had a snowstorm.
Beautiful snow.
Yeah,
yes.
It was nice, man. It was coming. It's been coming down all day.
I think it still is.
It probably still is coming down. But you know,
but if y'all have, cause you just heard his boss say he's working from home tomorrow.
Yep.
If anybody got to get out there, please be safe.
Be safe,
even though the snow is pretty, sometimes it's ice under there.
Be safe out there, family. Just be safe out there, man.
Definitely.
Just be careful out there. Don't if you're in the DFW area or even in Oklahoma, because I know they're getting the business too.
They're getting it too. Yeah. I spoke to some cousin in East Texas. They're getting it too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're getting it too. So.
Exactly. So if you don't have to get out, don't get out.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
You can stay home.
You can stay home.
And see, with us, we don't have no cable.
So, you know, hey,
we ain't got no TV.
We ass out for now. You know, hopefully during the show, you know, they turned it back on. I'm hoping.
I haven't got no phone call. They supposed to call me and let me know.
You know, if it ain't back up.
But you know, when we was having dinner today, we was reminiscing about how in the country we didn't have no TV.
Sure didn't.
And it was a beautiful time.
Man, come on. You know,
had a fun, good night. Just good time talking.
I know back in time we had 3 channels, 3, 6, and 12. That's it. 3 channels. 3 channels. NBC, ABC, and CBS.
And then like out there in the country, when that ice hit those trees and those limbs, it takes forever for them to come out there and fix it. So
oh man, yeah.
We'll sometimes be out there for days with no lights.
Right. No lights whatsoever, man. So
heat,
yeah.
But Granny pipe up that old wood stove, that whole house be warm.
Well, we had a propane stove. Now Big Mama had a wood stove.
Yeah.
Big Mama had a wood stove. But
I love that smell.
Oh man, yeah. That smell of the crackling wood, man.
And
you know,
popping.
Be popping, just
and
listening.
When that heat hit that cedar and that oak, that's just a beautiful smell.
Yeah, yes indeed.
Now you got me reminiscing. I done did enough crying on this show. When we go in and show you, I'm gonna cry off my eyelashes today.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and just wrap this bad boy up. So, you know, we'll come up with another subject, y'all.
Definitely.
And like I said, I'm going to put up an email address and everything. So we'll get some other subjects and stuff like that out there. So, you know, if anybody has any suggestions for a show, we're open.
Any thoughts
or whatever, you know, something we could touch
Share
upon.
your experiencing.
Yeah, whatever.
Experiences, sorry.
Whatever.
Anything,
you know, anything, man.
It's an open forum here, people.
It really it is. I mean, so
open
we'll talk about it. Yeah. Be safe out there, y'all.
Definitely.
In the meantime, I'm Reggio.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.